All right. Here we are. Can you guys hear and see me all right? Here we are, 1 hour late. You know, technically I was not late on stream today because the stream did start at 7 promptly. I just didn't estimate properly how long Final Fantasy would take. So technically I am on time. Ugh, I need a drink. You know what I forgot to do? People get notifications. I was gonna say I forgot to do the manual link for all social media, but people are signing up. If people are signing up for notifications, they'll get it anyway. Doesn't matter. Let's get started. The final boss of Crisis Core took that long to beat. Hellgate, you don't even know the BS that I dealt with on that final boss. Oh my god. That final boss was an absolute nightmare, but he was beaten. It's all that matters. He's never late. He arrives exactly what he means to, like a wizard, right? All right, let me go to my manual save. Okay, here we are. I stopped here in Vanaheim. I gotta remember it's save number 2. I can't overwrite save number 3. That's my other save. And we back with a relaxing game. Yeah, on Give Me God of War difficulty. But, in theory... Oh, I forgot. This is where we stopped, right? It was right after the, Yeah, it was right after we fought that big rock monster. Alright. Honestly, in comparison to what I just dealt with, this is gonna be a chill stream. So whatever. It's the end of the year. We need to chill, like a little exploration stream. And here we are. Oh, let me put subtitles on. I always turn them off for when I actually record the gameplay. But for streams,
the objects I'm looking for are still
before I
here.
get yelled at by someone for talking over the game, I will put subtitles on. God, this game's gonna take a while to beat. So long. The Giant's Toes. It was reminiscent of the floor 2. Yeah, the B2BS. I never want to fight that boss again. There's only a couple of bosses in my video game career that I've just completely, I just never ever want to fight again. What is Cletus or whatever from Luigi's Mansion? I don't even know if Cletus was his name. I always say Cletus. I never want to fight him again. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I forgot how to do this. Oh, wait a minute. It was my I'm all messed up from Crisis Core, man. Brian, welcome. Stop talking, just play the game.
Kratos,
right.
I see something.
He's talking too much. Subtitles. I'm still in Chapter 7 in Crisis Core. The missions take so much time. Yeah, most of like my 40-hour gameplay on that game has been the side missions. And some of them are so like the one... Have you done the one yet, Hellgate, where you have to fight 1,000 Shinra troops? It's so boring. I was there for like 30 minutes just fighting troops and waiting for them to spawn and fighting. I absolutely hated it. Why didn't it fall? Well, yeah, I spent 39 months of membership. Thank you very much.
This is delicious.
You mean Genesis? What did I say? Was I talking about Genesis? Did I say something else? Not yet that one. Yeah, it's an easy mission if you're leveled up, but it's just you're just I ended up putting YouTube on the side and I was just watching videos while I was doing that mission because it was so boring. I was literally just mashing square over and over for like 30 minutes.
Above you. Watch out.
And at one point a guy got lucky and killed me and I'd started over and I came back the next day to do it. I was so mad because it's a really easy mission. It just takes forever. Oh, I hate these nightmares. It's such a pain in the ass. Come here. I think nightmares in this game are some of my least favorite enemies. No joke. I was just about to press L1 and circle to heal myself. I'm still like in Final Fantasy mode. I was trying to use Cure and it didn't work. I mean Genesis. Oh no, I was talking about Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, there's a boss in Luigi's Mansion 2. No, 3. That I did on stream, and it was just absolutely horrible. It's one of the you know, I should make a video like top. I don't even know if I have 10, maybe 5, like top 5 like worst bosses I've ever played on stream. Guardian Ape.
Learn anything?
See, I don't. Worse, I have to define that because Guardian Ape was a good boss, just very hard. The B2 area in Luigi's Mansion was just awful. I think Resistance Retribution also had a BS boss, if I remember correctly. You're watching tutorials while on the crapper? I do that all the time. Absolutely. Don't act like you don't. Absolutely, I do. I'm not using my Resurrection Stone for that. I'm not using it for those regular ass enemies. RE3 Remake Final Nemesis fight on the hardest difficulty is the worst. Oh, that one was rough. But you know what? That's the one where you absolutely have to master the dodge. And it helps having the stars manual. Because if you didn't master the dodge, you're getting nowhere in that fight. Because he's going to like one-shot you. Yeah, on Inferno mode, that was very difficult. Man, I'm gonna need a couple fights in this to like look. See, I'm trying to dodge with X because of Final Fantasy and circle. Oh, discombobulated. Explode!
The crest of the Hewley family. One of the first families ripped.
Yeah, I think here we're finding Minerva, Freya's her wedding bands and stuff that reminds her of her partnership with Odin.
My circlet here.
Where is thou? Thy circlet. Oh, I hate them.
We must remove these creatures first.
Stupid forest witches. So satisfying shoving that railgun to Nemesis' mouth. I love the way they did it. Like, I actually like that over the original. Where she's like, you want stars, I'll give you stars. And then shoots him with a regular gun. Like, she jammed the railgun into things mouth. That was cool, man. I really like that scene.
Are you okay?
God, I'm sucking right now. Wait, R1 was... Okay, wait. R1 is for shooting arrows. This is gonna be a rough start. Called the side quest Wedding Smashers, yeah. Still gotta try out Binary Domain. I promise you won't be satisfied. Yeah, I still have that on my PS3. That only got that never got like a remaster or anything, right? I remember that game came out, like, nobody talked about it. I got it free from Plus, so I was like, why not? Oh my god. Please stop teleporting. Oh, I hate teleporting enemies. Look at that shit. Okay. Here. There we go. There we go. The arrows help. Man, God, this is rough after playing Crisis Core. Like, jumping from one game to the other immediately, like, it's just gonna throw you off. So Capcom's gonna make that Code Veronica remake? Yeah, if you guys haven't heard, it sucks too. That Code Veronica remake, did I not say eventually it's gonna get shut down? Capcom sent them a cease and desist. They shut the damn thing down. That's as much confirmation I need to know that they're working on Code Veronica, a remake, because... Alright, here's the thing. That Code Veronica project has been in the works for a while. Capcom has absolutely been aware of it. And they weren't doing anything about it. And now, suddenly, they get a cease and desist. Last time this happened was with what ultimately ended up being Daymare in 1998. That started off as a Resident Evil 2 remake project. Capcom shut it down. What the fuck? Capcom shut it down, and because they were working on their own remake, which we saw come out, Resident Evil 2. What's this? So yeah, I mean, since they shut down the Code Veronica remake, or yeah, the fan remake, yeah, they're absolutely working on their own remake, official remake of Code Veronica. There's no doubt about it. Not to mention the timing, because look at this. Resident Evil 4 remake's about to come out. Development's mostly done on that game. So, clearly, I mean, they're working on the next thing. It's going to be Code Veronica, mark my words. It's because you can't profit off someone else's IP. That's why Veronica got shut down. Yeah, I heard also that they were, yeah, I don't know about that. What were they doing? I heard from a couple people that they were making money on the side. What were they, like, doing like a Patreon or something? Honestly, if you're working on an unauthorized game, and you're making any money off it whatsoever, even indirectly, you're asking for a cease and desist. You're asking for legal action. Like, you're gonna get shut down. It's incredibly stupid to be making money in any form if you're working on a fan game. They had a donation link. Oh, that's stupid. That's real. Yeah, fuck it, when you use it. That's real stupid of them to use. I think I pressed R1 too late. You can't have, like, because I think people try to think they're, like, they think they're wise by doing that. They think they're acting wise by doing that to try to get around, like, well, we're not making money off it. It's just a donation link to support us. No, if you're working on a fan game in any way, shape, or form, if you're getting any money related to that at all, like, yeah, you're going to get shut down, dude. I still think they're doing Code Veronica Remake, though. I still think that's the core of the reason why. Because the timing is just perfect. How do I get these stupid bitches to stop? There we go. But my thing is, like even having a donation, like, I mean, we've seen this play out several times in the gaming community with Konami and Capcom and Sega, all kinds of other companies that shut down projects. Like, I don't get why people still try to profit off these things. Like, you know how it's going to play out. It always ends the same way. People get excited and hype up about a cool-looking project. They get shut down. Sometimes they're profiting off it, sometimes they're not. Oh, one's almost dead. One's almost dead. Oh, yeah! Eat that. I just beat Genesis. These stupid witches should not be giving me this problem. I'm so mad. I hate video games. Oh, no. I'm resurrecting. I'm not doing that again. What a more epic fight, Kratos versus Thor or Peter versus Giant Chicken. I love that Peter versus Giant Chicken. That shit was so hilarious. No, you know what was a great fight, Family Guy? I think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to say it was from the Stewie movie, but it might have just been from a regular episode. When, what's the dog, Brian? When, he owes Stewie money. Oh, you son of a bitch. I swear I better not have to fight those witches again. When Stewie owes him, or when he owes, I cannot talk today. Genesis messed me up. When he owes, oh. Do I have to fight again? Oh, no, I don't. When he, Brian owes Stewie money, and he gets out of the shower, and Stewie's like, where's my money, man? Where's my money? And he just beats the living shit out of him. That was hilarious to me. I love, that's probably my favorite Family Guy moment. And I'm not even like an enormous Family Guy fan. Like, I watched it in passing a lot back in the day when it was like on Fox, like around the Simpsons era. But that's been one of my favorite moments. That's not like that's a beatdown. Yeah. And then he set him on fire with a flamethrower. It was so over exaggerated, you can't help but laugh. And I think it was a Stewie movie, too, when his mom put, like, broccoli in his mouth, and he looks at her. He's like, who the hell do you think you are?
belong to you.
A symbol of commitment. After the ceremony, he had a
God,
new
Freya's
one
got such a
made
good story
every
in this game. She really
each
does.
more beautiful than the last.
That being
He
said, Code
stopped
Veronica needs an
when I
update. The
refused
fact
to
that
teach
the
him
in-game
the old
timer never
magic.
stops for anything
You know, my
makes
people used to
Asgard
send me
really
gifts
tough.
too,
Yeah, I hate that.
so I wouldn't forget.
The game is
But
gonna...
after the birth of my son,
They'll especially update the dialogue. You remember the dialogue? Like, now that dialogue would definitely be considered problematic. Like, when she calls Alexander, like, a cross-dressing freak, like... Yeah, they're not going to do that now. They're going to change that dialogue completely. Because a lot of people would think that's, like, transphobic and all that. You know, the way I took it was the fact that he is a freak. The guy thought he was his sister. You know? He wasn't just, like, cross-dressing. Like, he thought he was his sister. And he was, like, trying to murder you. Yeah, he's a freak. But, you know, I can understand how nowadays that could be considered by some people as, like, offensive. But they're going to change all that dialogue. I wouldn't be surprised if they completely remove that aspect of the game with him, like, posing as Alexia.
I can't read that from here.
I'd imagine they would cut that whole... I don't agree with that. I think they should keep the story the same, even if they change some of the dialogue, but they'll probably do that. I can see them doing that, just completely cutting out that subplot and just having Alexia come back and drop the whole...
Peace by breaking it.
There's a mystery girl running around that's not really a girl, it's just him.
Perhaps what you see cannot be found.
So sorry I couldn't gift you Scorn. Oh, no need to apologize, Hellgate. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I know you tried it. It's... Yeah, I've had people before from other regions. I have a buddy in the UK that sent me a game. And it wouldn't work, so he got his money back. So they're weird with the regional things. Which I don't understand why there's no option, like, if you're going to gift something for someone, like, I don't understand how there's no option, like, oh, what region would you like to gift? Because they know, like, online connects players from all around the world, right? It would make sense. But yeah, no need to apologize.
Take it off, man. You got that.
I don't even understand, like, region locks, like, for digital items. It's weird. I hate these wolves. No! No! I'm pressing... Hold on, what is block? Is it... Oh, it's L1. I'm pressing R1 again because Crisis Core. The run-crushing tyrant fight on the airplane that ends most people's first playthrough. Oh, man. No, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, because if you get to that first tyrant fight and you save, and you just don't have enough ammo, like, that's the classic Resident Evil soft lock. Like, you're done. You cannot progress further. If you can't beat that fight, you're fucked. You can't go back. You can't do anything about it. What it was called, the BOW gas, or whatever, that thing destroys the tyrant. Think it'll work if Alexia just hallucinates. Probably they're gonna make it like that. Alexia, or are you talking about Alexander? If he hallucinates her, maybe, because the whole thing about that character was the whole reason they did that. It's not that he was a cross-dresser, which is how, like, the people that would get offended by that would take it, which I get to an extent. But the whole reason they did that storyline is because in his lore, he was left by himself on that island. He went batshit crazy. He was just alone. So he just went completely insane and developed a dual identity. I don't know. They'll change it, for sure. I just don't know how they're going to do it. But there's no way they're going to keep that dialogue the same.
If memory serves, we'll need
Have
to
you
let
played High
both
on
of
Life?
those
No,
torches
but it's getting a lot of hype. I'll probably pick it up at some point. Because it looks fun. Use the BOW gas grenades, easy fight. Yeah, but imagine a first-time player. Someone that has never played the game, it's easy to not know that and just go into that fight and be like, oh, fuck. Like, I messed up. That's happened to everyone that's an old-school Resident Evil player. Like, you've been through that before. You've been through that experience where just, like, when the realization hits you, for some reason or another, the realization that I fucked up. And you know there's no way back.
This is a mystic
It's
fire.
terrible.
Its flames are short-lived.
Oh, do I hate these. I think I have to do this at the same time. Here. Yeah, I got to do this, I think. Can I do one more? Here we go. Yeah, there we go.
That's it.
I'm a big fan of the channel. Well, thank you, Cobra. Appreciate you being here. Quick reminder, how many of you in here? 33? I'm sure there's some new people in here. Or longtime viewers. If you haven't seen my... I got something in my throat. If you haven't seen my end of the year video, I talked about what the new year's going to bring. A lot of changes on the channel. One of them is the stream schedule. We're dropping Wednesdays and going Monday, Friday. And we're going to start alternating games for those streams. And that's going to be kind of an experiment just to see what happens. Because with my logic, that's going to give channel members more opportunities to vote for games. So that'll keep things...
Behind you! Look out!
Oh, here we go. That'll keep the variety of games going. So basically, most weeks, you're not going to see the same game back to back. Now, we're not going to play, like, for example, God of War and not play it for like a month and then come back. You know, we'll alternate week by week. So I think it's going to be a lot more fun. No new game streams. I mean, it's not that there's no new game streams. We are doing Dead Space because I've been promising that for a while. Most new games, I'll probably just review them because a lot of times what happens, like for Resident Evil 4, for example, realistically, I'm probably going to get that like a week early, which is what usually happens. So I don't even know if I'll stream it. See, Resident Evil's big, though, on my channel, so maybe I will. I haven't decided on that one. But most new games, I'll probably just do reviews if I want to play them. But see, Resident Evil 4, for example, I'll probably get like a week early playthrough it and have to have a review out by a certain time. But if I stream it, I would have to sit on it for almost the whole week because Capcom's going to give me a specific date that I can't show it publicly yet. You know, and there's going to be certain parts that I can't show. Some of you remember when I streamed Resident Evil 3 Remake. When I streamed it, I was only allowed to get up to the hospital. And then, I think it was the hospital. Or the police station with Carlos, I think it was. And then I had to cut off the stream, and then the next day I was allowed to show it. So a lot of restrictions when it comes to streaming it early.
Changing arrows.
And if I stream it late, no one's going to care no more. Because everyone will already see playthroughs online and stuff. So I don't know. Undecided. But yeah, most of the streams, I'm going to stick with like backlog stuff and retro stuff. We're going to keep a variety of stuff going. You know, some new games too. But new releases will probably be mainly reviews on the channel. For reasons that I explained at the end of the year video. In much more detail. I've seen all the Resident Evil Untold 20 times. I listen to them on road trips sometimes when I have a hard time sleeping. Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people tell me that they watch those while they're going to bed, and I was like, man, a lot of, you know, it's funny thinking that people are falling asleep and listening to my voice. I'm gonna start casting spells on people. It reminds me of I don't know how many people are gonna be able to relate to this. But it reminds me of, there's an episode, it's a filler episode, of Dragon Ball Z, where, it's when Goku was still in space and Frieza was on his way to Earth, where Gohan is, Chi-Chi's making him, like, continue his education, so she makes him, like, wear headphones at night while he sleeps to listen to, like, school lessons. And he doesn't want to do it. And he gets, like, a really bad teacher that, like, whips him and stuff. Anyone remember that episode? It was very filler. Very, very filler. Gohan ends up putting his, like, Saiyan armor and he just flies away. Honestly, I fall asleep all the time to YouTube videos, too, though. Like, usually I'll fall asleep, either, like, scrolling through random, like, TikToks. Or just watching YouTube content that I need to catch up on. I listen to a lot of podcasts. Shit. Hold on. I was trying to kill this dude. Actually, not that many podcasts. I listen to RTU streams. I listen to every once in a while.
I see the chance.
His are too long, though. And a lot of times you just watch his content that I'm not interested in. But usually I'll chill in there just, you know, while I'm doing stuff in the room or painting or putting shelves up, I'll listen to it.
Anything?
Chi-Chi's legit abusive. She's nuts. I used to listen more to H3 podcasts too, but I don't know. To be quite honest, like, just lately, like, his content's kind of annoying. A lot of time. Like, his content just seems like the same. All he does is just, like, talk about other, like, YouTubers and celebrities and make fun of people. And just, at some point, that just gets really tired. And I don't know. I'm not as big of a fan anymore.
From my people, placed during my wedding.
Watching more gameplay footage at night than anything. Streams and Let's Plays are the best thing to relax before bed. Yeah. Well, as far as streams, I don't watch a lot of YouTube live streams. The only ones I really stream are people that I actually know. Like Ozzy. I don't know if Ozzy's here, but Ozzy and Severe Outcome. I'm usually in there, but they're in a different time zone, so usually I'm watching their stream and I'm passing out. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and over there it's a lot earlier for them. H3 gone downhill a lot lately. Yeah, and I know the guy's got a lot of hate on the internet. Like, I don't got nothing against the guy. I just find his content kind of boring lately. Like, it's just kind of the same, like, shit over and over, you know? I don't know. What other channels? Out of curiosity, for those of you that watch this channel regularly, what other channels do you watch? I bet there's a lot of similar channels I watch. Another channel I like to watch is LGR. He does, like old computer tech and stuff. Like, that's something I watch on the side, too, just because I think it's... He just did a video on, like, PCs, like a PC fish tank. It's like a PC case, and it's got a fish tank built into the top. And he put his little Duke Nukem Forever bust inside. It was hilarious. But he seems like a chill dude that just focuses on his content, you know, doesn't get in any drama or anything.
We drank from the lover's chalice until we could hardly stand.
The lover's chalice?
I confided in him that night about wanting an apology from Freyr.
I want to get back into streaming, but I need to get a
reassured
PC so I
me
can
that
capture my
he'd be the
Xbox.
only
Yeah,
thing
PC is
I
the way to
need.
go, honestly, with streaming. I know a lot of people use their consoles, you know. You got to use what you have, right? But a lot of people use their consoles. You're so limited that way. Like, you do so much more with PC. Like, because the PC just completely opens up your streaming possibilities. Runeby on both Twitch, and she's very... Runeby. Is she Asian? Is she an Asian girl that wears cat ear headphones? I might be thinking of someone totally different, by the way. There's someone my daughter watches that she's Asian and she wears cat ear headphones. That sounds familiar, but it might not be at all.
The word is complete, but I still can't
I watch
read it from
Let's
head back down.
Bakba Soup for RE or horror game. I don't know that one. I know Maximilian for the fighting stuff. Yeah, I saw the LGR video too. Looks neat. Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was cool when he put the Duke Nukem Forever bust in there. I was like, that looks awesome. She's American of Romanian. Okay, so no, that's not who I was thinking of at all. Then I don't know who that is.
Better now?
No.
Most disturbing death scene in a video, in a film or video game?
Will I
I don't
never be
know.
free of it?
I'm pretty
What more do I need to do?
resistant to that kind of stuff. Desensitized, I guess the word. Terrifier. We've talked about that. Terrifier, the movie, had some brutal, disgusting kills. I just got Terrifier 2 in the mail today, but I promised a buddy of mine I'd wait for him to come over to watch it. Wasn't there a YouTuber that looks like you? No. My daughter... All right, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Anyone remember what his name was? Gaming Salmon, I think, something like that. Purple Gaming Salmon, something like that. My daughter started watching it because he did like a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, those kids horror games that kids watch on YouTube.
See it?
And she thought it was me when she was younger, and now
Now I
she just
just
makes
need to
fun of it.
speak
She's
the
like, "Look,
word."
it's you," and I was like, "No, it's not." The guy, the only similarity the guy has is he wears a hat and he has facial hair. I swear, that's it.
After all the battles I've
Like the most basic
why
features
does the other side
imaginable.
of this door scare
So
me
no,
most?
he does not
Most
look like me.
difficult battles are fought within, but this battle, you will
Just
not
finished eating
fight
wings on
alone.
my favorite. Did not use a fork. Oh man, I felt good that night. I needed those shots to watch Star Wars Holiday Special. Those wings were so good. All right, I'll say this: the wings weren't that great, but
Are you ready?
after having those couple
Yes.
shots, they were delicious. Avalanche reviews. Oh, I know Jared. Yeah, he's a friend of the channel. Beggy, Joraptor, Biohazard T, Classified, and ROE Sphere Hunter. Yeah, ROE, I'm buddies with Tony also from ROE. I don't know the other guys.
Together.
Sphere Hunter, she covers a lot of Resident Evil stuff too.
The sword was forged for the ceremony.
I need to cover more Resident Evil stuff. There's a lot of Resident Evil content I haven't even told you guys about that I've just had in the back burner. I've had in my head for a while. Your daughter prefer to watch a bootleg version? It's hilarious you say that because I use those words to her. I was like, you're supposed to support me, not this bootleg. She'd be bored though watching me stream God of War. She's 6 years old. She wants like Five Nights at Freddy's and like Roblox and those kind of all the shit that kids love.
The stone refuses to let go.
Vile Eye is a good YouTube channel if you want to watch a video essay on a villain. I haven't heard of him. Another one I like to watch, Toy Galaxy, I think it's Toy Galaxy. He did a video on the Animorphs toy line that was like exclusive to Brazil and only had like one wave of figures. Not Animorphs, Dino Saucers.
The deepest wounds form the strongest bonds. Bastard said it as part of our vows. I hate it when he's right.
Always really nice, especially with the recent videos with the
Asgard
OG
holds
already casted
part
it.
of
Oh
me
yeah,
that
I haven't
makes
seen those. I heard about them.
I bond to my son. To the Valkyries.
I forget that Freya was like the leader, the
Damn
queen of the
realm isn't
Valkyries.
just Odin's. It belongs to me too.
Yeah, I'm glad. Speaking of Resident Evil, I'm glad Resident Evil 4 they got God, they got Nick back as the voice of Leon. Nick Apostolides, he did a good job.
The pain he caused is his.
How about to sneeze?
I refuse to keep holding on to it. This sword no longer holds our legacy.
They never found OG Jill, did it? I thought they
But it
did.
will serve as
Wasn't
mine.
there an update on that? I thought they did find her.
A much more fitting use for it.
What about the legendary shopkeeper voice for RE4? I don't know who's doing the voice for that. I have no idea. Welcome. Let's see, we got this sword now. This is, sir, yeah. We'll let her use that one. Runic Summon. Oh, this is way better. Steel Harmony is a good ass move. Wait, I need some updates here, some upgrades. Oh, here we go. Well, let's do damage on that. Do I want damage or stun? Let's do damage. No, instead they found OG Carlos. Oh, so they still don't know who she is. Was she missing? No, she wasn't missing. They just, back in the day, it's such a detailed story. It's probably better if you just watch Justin Wang's video on it. He does a really good job detailing all this shit. But back in the day, in the early, with the original Resident Evil, with the early, you know, the original actors and the live action sequences, back then they didn't really credit people properly for stuff, especially in Japan. So people have been trying to track down those original actors, and they found, if I'm not mistaken, they have found all of them,
I suppose
except I guess Jill.
Yes. You won an important
But
one.
Barry, he's like a, isn't he like a principal in Australia, like a principal of the school or something? God, I hope there's some Resident Evil announcement at E3 next year. I can't wait. I can't wait to go to E3 next year. Last time I went, I don't think there was any Resident Evil announcements. Not last. Yeah, there was. That was before Resident Evil 2 Remake came out. I remember because they had a whole police station set up, and you could go inside, and it was like a haunted house too. Like things jump out at you. You can go inside a police station and play the game. All 3 days of E3, all 3 days I couldn't get into the damn booth because like you'd have to. Man, let me tell you, you had to be there. Wesley, if you're here, I know you know this. You had to be there before they open, like an hour, wait in line, and just gun it to the games you want to play, or else the lines cap out. I did that all 3 days. I couldn't play Doom Eternal. I couldn't play Wolfenstein Youngblood. Which, whatever, I didn't miss much, I guess. And I couldn't play Link's Awakening, and I couldn't play Resident Evil 2. I could not get into those damn lines.
You won an important one.
I'm hoping E3 next year I can, because I'll have a media badge. I just had the regular gamer pass last time, so I'm hoping that I get to actually get into lines. Oh, shit. It was fun though, because although I did not get to although I didn't get to play Resident Evil 2, I did get to eat breakfast with oh my god, I'm about to get killed. I did get to eat breakfast with Nick. Pastelitas. That was fun. We ate at some oh my god, I don't remember what the place is called for the life of me. We ate at some like breakfast restaurant. Oh my god, I've never had pancakes. I've never had pancakes so good and so fluffy in my life. But one thing about the place we went to, like they fucking charged. Like they asked if I want whipped cream on the pancakes. I don't know if it's a California thing everywhere, but they definitely charged me for the whipped cream. It was like 25 cents. And it's like, what the fuck? Why is the whipped cream? Like that's just like a topping. Like you don't charge for whipped cream. But like, yeah, strawberry jam, all the little extras and stuff. Like, you guys wait, you're like, oh, can I get a side of strawberry jam? Boom, 50 cents on the receipt. Hire me for the day so I can get media badge privileges. Yeah, you suddenly staff. Yeah, it was funny because when E3 did their digital events, I got the media badge also, which was absolutely pointless when they did it digital. Digital E3 sucked. Because we got a media access, right? Which translation, like that gives you access to a lot of the developers behind the scenes, like before the public event. So you get to look at stuff early and whatnot. They had like digital conference rooms for all these big companies like Capcom. And turns out Capcom and none of these big companies even showed up. They just didn't do anything for the digital event. So it was pointless. A media badge for when E3 was digital was such a joke. That's why I'm glad it's in person, like, next year. Maybe it'll actually be worth it. Cali charges for everything? Yeah, I learned that. I felt bad because he paid and the meal was like a fortune, but still, like, fuck, like, whipped cream, man. What are you charging for whipped cream of all things? Oh, fuck. What the hell's going on? What? Asshole. Here we go.
Can't do this without you, Kratos.
Hey, Mets, welcome. Happy New Year to you, too. 10 cents for plastic bag at the grocery store. I learned that, too, when we went to, man, that threw me for a surprise when we went, because here in Florida, like, yeah, now we're seeing paper straws in places, not back then. But, yeah, over there, everything's like paper straws that, like, disintegrate in your mouth while you're drinking them. And we went to Target, and they were charging us for paper bags. And we're like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's Target here. They just give you a plastic Target bag and call it a day.
You won an important
It was so weird. And there were dogs everywhere in L.A. Like, in the stores. We went to Target, and there were people walking their dogs in the store. Like, you don't see that here. Here, it's like service animals. There, people were taking, like, their little pugs, just walking around the store. And it was normal.
I felt that one, brother.
I don't know why I have to fight these things. Like, just let me go.
From behind, incoming.
you gonna use your old hat for future streams? Maybe here and there. I used it for my end of the year video just to be nostalgic, but I don't wear it very much because the back of it's all fucked. You don't see it in the video, but the back of it's all torn up. It's just old. And I did try to get a replacement because I really like that hat. It's really comfortable, and I like the material. It's like that like fake leather. But it's a really comfortable hat. But I can't get a replacement. I've looked everywhere. I found because it's a Hawkeye hat, but it's specifically from Age of Ultron. It's Age of Ultron merch. Had I known back then, I would have bought like 4 or 5 of them, you know, as backups. But I really like it. But it's Age of Ultron merchandise, and the only one I found was a used one on eBay. But it's like I don't want to buy a used hat that's been like someone else's sweaty ass head. I know how much I've like sweated on these streams. I don't want someone else's. I don't know if they washed it or they got their disgustingness on it. Like, no, I want it brand new. But if it's like Age of Ultron merchandise, I'm not gonna find it brand new. I got it at Spencer's at the mall back in the day. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Think we'll ever get open world Resident Evil? I mean, maybe. Because if you look at Village, I mean, although Village was ultimately linear, it had the illusion of being semi-open world. So I can see it eventually heading that direction. It's possible. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I love open world games. They just take too much damn time. Fuck. Asshole? Get him. My hometown's Pasadena, California. It's slowly turning into Japan. The hell? There's a lot of Japanese people over there? If a lot of Japanese people are living there, it means there's probably a lot of good food. I'll tell you, when I went to a Koreatown in LA,
If I may.
my God, that Korean barbecue, I will never forget that flavor.
Such as it is.
Explosion of flavor in my mouth. Oh my Lord. So we have some Korean barbecue places here, but it's not the same. It's not.
I'm truly sorry.
I wanted to.
Like, you got to go to those areas where like nobody speaks
I
English.
swear to do better
Like
by
that's
you
where you get the good
nonetheless.
food.
Anything you ask, consider it done. I'm forever in your debt.
Play Rage 2, it's open world, not too long. I got Rage. Oh, I did not get Rage 2. I've Rage 1 and I got it for $5 brand new at Best Buy with some coupons a long time ago. Have you ever been to different states aside Cali? Yeah, I mean, I've been to a couple. We used to travel a lot. I mean, even outside the U.S., there's been a couple cruises, different countries and stuff. But if you're talking about other states, I mean, we've Georgia. We've been a couple of times, which are really like Savannah, Georgia. I went to Minneapolis once when I was working with Best Buy. I went up there for training. I was there for a week. Most boring, like, no offense to anyone that lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but that shit was boring. Like, the only thing there was to do there, I was so mad because there were 2 teams. Oh, I got hiccups. 2 teams of people that went for out-of-state training when I was working with Best Buy. I was doing like Best Buy used to have something called Best Buy for Business. It was like, you know, the higher ups. I got promoted to that. It didn't last long. They cut all that out, but they had 2 different teams. One of them was heading to where I went, Minneapolis, Minnesota. No, it was Minneapolis / Bloomington, I think it was, where the Mall of America is. And then the other team went to Manhattan. I was fucking pissed. I went to Minnesota. There was nothing to do there. We went to the mall like every day because that's all there was to do. Went to the Mall of America and Hooters at the Mall of America and the bar at the hotel, like, for like a week. That's it. It was awful. And I remember on the plane, I was, I don't know why I remember this. On the plane, I was just playing my PSP the whole time, and I was playing Miami Vice, the game, which was actually pretty good. PSP had a lot of weird, like, movie games that were exclusive. Alien vs. Predator Requiem had a movie game on the PSP. 300 had a movie game on the PSP. None of these went on any other consoles. Rage 1 was 50 Shades of Brown. Oh, yeah, that's one of those games that came from the brown and gray era. the Gears of War era. There we go. If you're coming to Vegas, I'll treat you to a free game to Topgolf. Actually, my fiance went there last week. Like, her job did like a Christmas like get together over there, and she said it was awesome. I've never been there. We have a Topgolf. I didn't even know what it was when it opened. Like, we saw them building, and we were like, what is that enormous place? We thought it was like some kind of stadium or something. And then it was a Topgolf. Okay, this thing's half dead. Ah! You'll never disrespect the God of War again. Nope, you are denied, asshole. Oh, the other one's coming. No, no. Oh shit. Get him, get. Please. Oh god, look at my health. Oh! I gotta heal. I gotta heal. Oh my god, I have like no health. I have no health. Alright. Let me fight this big ass Pokemon. Electric type. God, you son of a bitch! I shouldn't have used my Resurrection Stone on the regular enemies. I really shouldn't have. Movie games used to be interesting back then. Yeah, I wish they did more movie games. I know, like, nowadays, companies aren't, like, going to take risks. Video games are expensive now to develop. You know, now they just want to make AAA games. You don't get those, like, regular movie games. Like Green Lantern, Rise of the Manhunters. You don't get games like that anymore. There's a lot of good... I think the last era of consistent movie games was the 360 and PS3 era. Because, yeah, on Xbox One and PS4, you had a couple, but... And now it's mostly dead. Although, now you're right, you are getting licensed games based on movies, like Evil Dead, and Killer Clowns, Friday 13, all that. But, I mean, like, a new movie comes out, and then it's got a tie-in game. That doesn't really happen much anymore at all. I can't even think of an example where it's happened recently. But there were a lot of decent ones, 360 and PS3.
On your guard, Kratos.
See, I want to take one out, so there's only one left. Oh fuck! I was doing so good too. No, oh no, come on, man! Mind your business, dude. He's over here harassing me. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Ah! I need a great ball to catch it. Ah. I just want to be the very best like no one ever was. Oh! And yes, I have been playing Pokemon Scarlet. That's why I'm saying that. I've actually really been enjoying that one. Scarlet. Me and my daughter have been trading like crazy. Come on. Oh! Gotta be so careful with this thing. Captain America was a great game on PS3. No marketing. Oh yeah, that's when Sega had the license for the MCU games. I've been wanting to stream those for a while. Captain America was really good. Captain America Super Soldier. That very good. It was Diet Arkham. The combat was trying to be the Arkham games. It actually is pretty good. Incredible Hulk wasn't bad. It was trying to be Ultimate Destruction. What else? Thor was awful. Let me rephrase. Thor was awful on PS3 and 360. Absolutely terrible game. The DS version, for some unknown reason, was excellent. I think it was made by Way Forward, actually, and not Sega, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a 2D beat 'em up, like side scroller game. Fantastic game. Iron Man 1 and 2, not bad. I think that's all of them, right? I'm trying to think if I missed any of them.
So much for that boat.
Those things are dicks. I'm leaving. Yeah, and what I liked about Captain America Super Soldier was that it was it wasn't necessarily even a tie-in game. It was all those games were originals. It was a World War II story with Captain America.
Would the god of few words lend me his ear now and again?
As long as I am needed.
What was the last movie tie-in game? I don't know, because we're still... I mean, define movie tie-in, because we're still getting movie-based... Like, Avatar, Ubisoft's working on an Avatar game. So, I mean, we're still getting them, but if you're talking about, like, a direct adaptation of a movie...
Despite his actions in Midgard, Atreus does still care for you.
I don't know.
I raised
Anyone
a
know?
son, too.
I'm trying to
may be
think
hard
of
to
something on
believe.
Xbox One or
He was quite similar to
PS4.
Atreus at this age. He adored his father, always wanted to do right by him,
I have no
and was
idea.
constantly frustrated that no matter what he did, he never
Because even on
could
360,
seem
you had
to
like
get
the
his
007 games had a lot of tie-in games
He
too.
confided in me a lot.
Just saying that James Avatar game on 360 was really fun. That game was genuinely
I wonder if
outstanding.
your son could
I
do
have
that
it on my
for me,
modded
too.
console. There's a human campaign and an Navi campaign. Very good game.
Oh, well, if Sindri has that.
And the
covered,
new
I
one's going to be a
suppose
big
there's no
open
need
world
for
thing.
me
It's a
in his life
Ubisoft open
anymore,
world
is
game.
there?
I love those kind of
That is
games.
not what
I know
used to
Ubisoft is popular to
That is
hate on, but I like their games. They're one of my favorite modern day developers.
I can hold on to those pannier crests for you.
This will be of use.
360 had 4 007 games. Let me see if I remember them, because I think I own them all. There was Bloodstone, Quantum of Solace, although I had Bloodstone on PS3. Legends. What was the fourth one? Legends, Quantum of Solace, Bloodstone. Whatever it is, I know I own it. I can't think of it right now.
That face. You got something for me, don't ya? Right. Business time.
Not backwards compatible, sadly. Yeah, there's a lot of... I wish they would have kept going with the backwards compatibility, but... I mean, they've already done a lot of games backwards compatible, so it's alright, I guess.
Elsa's been itching to get her ball back all dang.
I love that magic orb she wanted you to get was just a toy for that thing.
Now,
And Kratos is all
the
worried
rest
about
of
it.
My armor set I left out there. I'll repair it for you, free of charge even. Oh, actually, I need one. I just didn't think you'd get my orb for me if you knew that. Sorry, y'all.
Sorry, y'all.
Good thing you were so cautious, brother.
Quiet.
He's right, Mimir. Show respect. The squeaky
Kratos
toy
doesn't
could
wanna
be the
hear
death
it.
of us all.
And it nearly was.
Do not laugh.
It's hard not to, brother.
Try.
Okay.
I love that dialogue.
Okay.
Do not laugh.
Let's
X-Men Origins Wolverine is one of the... Yeah, that game changed a lot of people's aspects on movie tie-in games. Because that's a game that's like, oh my god, you blew away the movie. Like, in every way, you blew away the movie. But, alright, have any of you guys played this game? There was another X-Men tie-in movie game that was not well known, and it's absolute garbage, and I don't remember a lot about it, but I own it. Oh, fuck, what was it called? Anyone remember what it was called? It was the one, I don't think it was called X-Men 3. It was the one that explains what happened to Nightcrawler between X-Men 2 and 3. The reason he's not in X-Men 3. This game explains it. You play as Wolverine, Nightcrawler, and Iceman. What was that game called? It was really bad. No, it wasn't Wolverine's Revenge. That's X2. That was an X2 tie-in, although it was completely comic book based, but that they advertised it as a tie-in to X2. But no, this was an X-Men 3 tie-in.
Let's make something then.
See, it was real bad. Oh my god, hold up, let me find it. No, see, nobody remembers that game. Anytime I bring it up, nobody remembers that game. I guess someone here does, though. +9. I will keep what I have.
Damn, am I good or what?
Or just X-Men 3. Was it just called X-Men 3? I thought it had a subtitle. But it explains in very lazily done cutscenes that are just like drawn pictures that stay still with text. Yeah, it explains why Nightcrawler was not in 3. It's so bad. It was such a bad game. I think the final boss was like a big sentinel or something. I don't remember. X-Men Destiny was another X-Men game that came out that I really liked, but it got bad reviews. No one really liked it except for me. I thought it was cool. +3, +9. No, that lowers my vitality. Can't have that now. Shatterstar Shield. That's equipped.
What's the Witch of the Woods need?
Let me sell some crap. Oh, I already did.
We got more
Man, I want
left
mashed
than you
potatoes
do
for some
or
reason.
no?
What a weird craving. I don't know why. Like, I'm suddenly craving mashed potatoes. I like this outfit on her. It looks cool. Regal veneer garments. Found it. It's called... See, what a boring name. It's called X-Men 3, the official game. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That whole game, the only reason that game was made is because they needed a tie-in game, and they're like, hey, Nightcrawler's not in X-Men 3. Let's explain why. And then the whole thing ends up being just, he just doesn't like the violence of being part of the X-Men, and he wants to live a life of peace. So he just decides to dip out. Like, that's the whole thing. It sucks. The last boss was Sabretooth for real? See, I don't remember that. It's been years since I played that game. And that was on 360, right? Or was that Xbox? Like no, that was 360, I think. Man, there were a lot of weird movie games back then. Another one that was like movie-based and not movie-based at the same time was Spider-Man Friend or Foe. That was another one. And the draw of that game was that you could play as a bunch of Spider-Man movie villains. Like Venom, which they made him bulky, by the way. Venom, Doc Ock, just a ton of Spider-Man villains. It was so cool. I mean, the game wasn't that great, but the fact that you can play as all those characters was awesome. Lazy title for a game? It was a lazily made game. It was just a really cheap movie tie-in. Oh, let's. You know, I didn't take her to Niflheim. Let's go visit the Ravens. Batman Begins was good until Arkham Asylum buried it. Yeah, Batman Begins was Splinter Cell. Because if you got in a fight, you'd get killed. Like, that game was all stealth-based. Was X-Men Destiny on GameCube? No, that was PS3 and 360. I really enjoyed that game. I actually did multiple playthroughs just because I wanted all the different choices and all the different characters.
What?
Did you play a Spider-Man 3 video game? Yes, I did. And it was better than the movie also. And Venom was also big and chunky. He looked like the movie, but he was bulky. And I was like, that looks cool. He wasn't thin like in the movie Venom.
Our half-wise men belong to no other.
The father.
They added... One thing I liked about those Spider-Man movie games is that they added so many villains, too, that weren't in there. Like, what was it? In the first one, you had Kraven that they added on the Xbox version. I think Shocker was in 2 of them. Mysterio was there. Black Cat. Spider-Man PS1 is the best Spider-Man game still. I'm actually reviewing as part of my soft rebooted channel at the beginning of the year. I'm actually reviewing that game.
But how?
I'll be showing the Dreamcast version, but it's the same game with better graphics. But yeah, that Spider-Man game was classic. I remember being so excited about it when it came out. The only DC character that can't get a video game is Superman. They've done so many games, I mean, it's just like none of them have hit. Although to be fair, I've played some that were okay. Superman Returns was actually pretty good, and I didn't care for the movie very much. But Superman Returns was pretty cool. That game, you didn't have a health bar. The health bar was Metropolis.
He will tell me where he has been.
So the more damage Metropolis takes, like the closer you get to game over. It's kind of dumb when you think about that.
Wait.
X-Men the official game was on Xbox,
Asgard, and then he
360, PS2, GameCube. Should be in DS. That must have been a very different
Don't
version.
underestimate Odin's powers.
Yeah, I just had
of
361.
He filled my son's head with lies. Why wouldn't he do the same with yours?
We got Carnage, Doc Ock. Yeah, we got they called him Monster Ock.
And you tell that one-eyed nutsucker he owes me one. Fight me now and eternally. Well, looky there.
One-eyed
Glad you
nutsucker.
can make the trip, your goddessness.
He's so
I put
confrontational.
your sigil magic on the young turd's bow, but then he and Sindri got into it over something.
She's barefoot
I
now.
don't rightly know who's yelling at who in
Dirty
there,
feet.
but I figure they both got it coming. Well, come on, then.
Spider-Man PS1 is one of my top 10 favorites. I love that game. That was the first Spider-Man game I played that really felt like a comic book game. They had Spider-Man games before, but that one was, there was something different about it.
You're sure he won't mind?
And then they made Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro, which was nowhere near as good.
Joints getting classier by the day. Can it be?
That one was exclusive to PS1, though.
You better screw his head back on, and I mean tightly.
So you're back.
Are you ready to answer me?
About what?
Shit, this is pretty close to where I am on my other file already.
You see? Was it Odin?
What? Is that what you think?
Do you deny it? Answer me!
This whole game, they're just
Did you
arguing.
go to Asgard?
No! Of course not! But so what if I did? It's my future, it's my life.
You are my son.
Then why don't you trust me?
If you want me to trust you, then tell me the truth.
The truth is you're being a complete asshole.
Laddie, you know that's no way to change a man's mind.
He doesn't have any faith in me.
Oh,
It's
someone
my
just
deepest
calling
secrets,
Kratos an
it's
asshole
not
right to his face.
It is not fine. Her secrets ought to be stuck with this path.
Oh, okay. So you don't believe in her anymore either?
This is not about your mother. What you have done is lie.
Wonder where I learned that.
That's quite enough.
Since when do you always take his
Yeah,
side?
everyone's turning against him.
Look, I was only thinking about going to Odin, but I swear it's for a good reason.
There is no good reason to go to Odin.
He'll only cloud your mind.
But I'd be going for us. I gotta stop something bad from happening.
Something bad did happen. Look at me, at Freya, at Tyr. Odin did this to us.
What's got everyone caterwauling all of a sudden?
2023 may be the year I have decent internet. Got on the waitlist for Starlink. There's a waitlist for it?
Head or something?
That's
I guess
the
everybody's against me now.
You must
like the Tesla internet or whatever,
want
right?
to be. Are you going to continue
Or I
to
guess
lie
the
and
Musk
keep things
internet.
from me? Or are you my son?
Choose? I never get to choose. Just leave me alone.
Listen.
Let go of me.
Listen.
Dad, let go!
This kid's out of control, man.
It's Sindri.
Just calm the hell down.
Try to keep control.
You notice that's the first time in this game that he's called him boy. Yeah, you know, man, Kratos had to be really pissed off. Because he's genuinely, like, purposely called him Atreus throughout this whole game. Because, like, it's supposed to be, like, a closeness thing relationship, you know, in the first game versus this one. And, like, that's time he's back to boy. Back to Atreus, starting trouble.
Easy cold. Lots of Hellwalkers. Definitely in Midgard.
That was a good boy, too, that he said. Boy.
Keep it coming. You're just helping me stay warm.
See, Atreus wasn't even trying to leave because he wanted to. He was just scared of his dad. When he yelled boy like that again, he's like, oh shit, I gotta go. He's really mad. I love spamming the arrows, says Atreus. Eat arrows. Whoa. Some of these parts with a lot of the regular enemies like get real tedious.
It's so bad out here.
Oh!
Yep. Home sweet home.
Nah, I think more of these come. How is that Starlink internet? But like that internet, is it actually like high speed internet or? Because it's satellite internet for like for places that normally don't have good internet, right? If I'm not mistaken. So it'd be considered satellite internet, right? Because that I know of, isn't that usually pretty slow? I'm thinking from back in the day, though. I'm sure it's a lot different now. I know back in the day, they had, like, HughesNet, which was satellite-based internet, and it was really slow. But in some, like, rural areas, that's, like, all they had. Or Starlink, like, just an actually good version of that. There's no way you could believe Spider-Man 1 was the best one to exist and change web swing forever. Oh, Spider-Man 2, the movie game? Yeah, that game was, at the time, that was the best movie game ever made. Yeah, that game was amazing. No pun intended.
Just need someplace warm. Then I can figure out where to go next.
Trey's getting in all sorts of trouble, man. He just needs to listen to his dad.
That doesn't.
Starlink maxed out at 500 megabit for around 500. Oh shit! Half a gig for $500? That can't be in all areas. I mean, if that's the only thing in the area, though, I mean, shit. That's insane, man. I mean, I guess just don't get half a gig, right? But yeah, right now, this is what I told my fiance. I told my fiance, like, we can never move from this neighborhood. Because, like, our neighborhood where we live was one of the first. There's a couple of neighborhoods in our area now, but ours was one of the first neighborhoods where they put real fiber internet. Before, all you had was, like, cable internet that advertised fiber speeds, but it's not really. Ours was one of the first neighborhoods in our area that got real fiber through AT&T. Like, I remember when they were digging up all the lines too and putting all the fiber in there. And right now I'm paying it's $109.99, $110 a month for 2 gig. So it's like, man, fiber is so good if you have it. The thing is with fiber, like, it's not like widely available yet, you know. But if you do have it in your area and you can get it for a decent price, it's so worth it. That's like when I actually upload my YouTube videos now, like, they upload so quick. It's a game changer. Starts at 5 megabytes for 110. So that's, man, that's like DSL speeds from back. You guys are at DSL? That's like DSL speeds from back in the day. But like I said, if that's all you have in the area, you know, that you don't have much choice, you know. It's satellite, but it's fast enough to play online multiplayer games, which is astonishing. Basically, satellites are close to Earth, so less latency. Yeah, and, I mean, that's good. You can play multiplayer, because, I mean, realistically, like, Xbox 360 era, you could play games online just fine. Internet was way worse back then. So just to have online play probably doesn't require a lot nowadays. But yeah, fiber, man, it's so good. Oh, fuck, they just left a triangle arrow. Okay. God, this thing's obnoxious. Full fiber will be coming soon. I wonder what would be after fiber. Because, you know, every couple of years we get, like, these big technology changes. First, you had dial-up, which is through the phone line. Then you had DSL, which is still through a phone line with a filter. Then you had cable, which is through copper lines. And then fiber, which is light. So it's like, what's next? Some kind of crazy, you have, like, internet chips in your head that they install? Quantum internet? What does that even mean? Quantum TV internet.
What is this thing? Some kind of white?
Oh, fuck, man. Screw you. I don't like this move right here. Half the time I use this right here, misses what I'm trying to hit. Whoa! Can't wait for New Game Plus. Aren't they adding it into the game? It's not available, right? Right now. You're such a pain in the ass. Screw you. Oh, damn it. I was trying to run away. Oh, man. Quantum farts. Gas so quiet and fast, no one will know who ripped it. You could do that now, though. That's called the Silent but Deadly. Like you don't that doesn't require any kind of quantum ass computing.
What is this?
Oh, I
thing?
hate you so
Some
much.
kind of white?
Why is it that there's always like one enemy type that's so annoying? Oh, it's going down.
What is it you want?
I keep pressing the wrong block button. I'm still crisis coring this. That final boss took the wind out of me. Bastion, welcome. No! I hate you. I wish my father was here. Whoa! Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Stay down. Stay down. I said. Yes. Yeah. See, these split into different magic balls that you then have to use sonic arrows on. Never rip one in church or at a funeral. I'm sure people rip them everywhere.
You trying to tell me something? First, he thinks I've been.
He lives.
Then blind.
Without any spoilers, Zack Fair's voice really that bad as people say? I personally had no issue with it, but a lot of people in the stream, in the Crisis Core streams, have said that the original voice actor is way better. But I never played the original, so I have nothing to compare it to. It sounded fine to me. But again, like I said, I don't really have any comparison. But that is something I heard a lot too. From a long-time Crisis Core fans. There we go. Ass kicking time. Oh, no. Fuck out of here. None of your business. By the way, any of you guys doing anything interesting for New Year's? Any cool plans? Actually, as soon as I get off stream, I gotta finish cleaning my house and tomorrow. I have family coming over. We're gonna do like fireworks and stuff, but nothing major. Just food and fireworks. And then watch the ball drop. And then get ready to go back to work. Get some reviews. There we go. There we go. Get away from me, man. I hate these opportunists that'll like hit you from behind. Stay home and not drink. Oh yeah, I mean yeah, I don't remember the last time I went out somewhere for New Year's. I remember once, oh god, like when I worked at Best Buy back in the day. Let me tell you something about retail employees, especially like mid-20s, early 20s. All they do is party and like go downtown, and, at least in my area. That's all these people ever do, like in retail, is go out and party and get drunk and complain about the job. Like it's so like boring after a while. But I went out once for New Year's, like our downtown area, a couple bars with like people I worked with when I worked at Best Buy. I will never do that again. Like the amount, like, all right, when there's like a lot of people, this is why I can never go to a concert. If I go to a concert and I'm surrounded by too many people, like I get irritated. I can't be around that many people in one small space. I get so irritated and I just want to leave. But that's how it was. I can't stand that. Don't get me wrong, like I'm a people person, you know, I like being a social person to hang out with people and meet new people, but if I'm in a small, or if I'm in an area where there's just too many people, I'm like, I want to go home. It's too much. This year went to the beach. Oh, nice. It's funny because I don't remember the last time I went to the actual beach. Maybe a couple of years. Well, you know what? It was right after lockdown got lifted. I remember we went to the beach, like for like a family outing. But it's funny because as a Floridian, I very, very rarely go to the beach. Let me tell you something. If you go to the beach in Florida, 90% of those people aren't Floridians. Kind of like how you hear about like in New York and Times Square, none of those people are New Yorkers. That's how Florida is with beaches. Most of those people are not people from Florida.
If I stay locked up at home, there's nothing I can
like
do.
I don't care about the beach, man. I've seen Jaws. I don't need to be in that water.
Asgard, I could at least keep an eye on Odin. Be a spy.
I'm running a New Year's D&D game. Nice.
Get control of this.
Starting at 5 p.m. and running to 5 a.m. Shit. I don't remember the last time I stayed up that late. Like I'm usually a night owl, but like pulling all nighters.
Behold my true form and despair.
Especially having kids and all that. Like you fall asleep at like 5 a.m. or 5 or 6 a.m. and then 2 hours later, like a kid will be in your face. More than 10 people is too much for you. Yeah,
I can't go to Asgard.
It's a lot. Like I said, I've never been to a concert. I have no desire to go to one because it looks like it looks irritating to me. I don't want to be around that many people in public place.
Are those red leaves?
Especially nowadays with all the crazy mass shooters and all that shit. It's a lot, man. I'll just stay home. Stay home and stream. The only place in Florida I want to go to is only the Scarface CVS. Yeah, there's in Miami on Ocean Drive. They got the in Scarface where the guy got chainsawed in the apartment, and then the other guy runs down the steps and Scarface shoots him in the street. I don't think it's still the Johnny Rockets, but the top part was a hotel, and the bottom part was a Johnny Rockets. I don't think it is anymore though. I think it's a bank or something now. I'm not even sure, but
Charlie?
you still see it. It looks exactly the same. It still has those like bubble windows. I've been there several times.
No. Charlie.
You don't work on your tan at the beach? Do I look like I work on my tan?
Please.
Absolutely not.
Charlie.
Have you been to Cosmic Rewind at Epcot? Not yet. I want to go. I haven't had a chance to go to Epcot in a while. But yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride's open. I want to wait till next year because I want to go to Magic Kingdom next year when they open the Tron ride. The one that's in Disney Shanghai, they brought it to Orlando.
You're gonna have to stand to let me into that house.
Honestly, it's a surreal feeling being on stage. Being on stage. I can't imagine scenario where I'll be on stage at a concert.
I can't help if you don't. Emily!
What place Ford I want to go see Robert the Haunted Doll? Oh, isn't that a little sailor doll? I heard of that. Charlie!
Good boy!
I feel so bad for the turtle house. It's cold. Having an online Mario Kart party with my sister, brother-in-law, and his siblings and their spouses. That's awesome.
I know, buddy.
You never go wrong with a good game of Mario Kart.
It's cold in here.
Assuming an online connection holds. Actually, you know, the few times we did community streams of Mario Kart, like, the online worked pretty well. It's Smash Brothers that always fucked up. Like, I remember every time I streamed Smash Brothers, it would work for like an hour, and the second hour would just start messing up completely. Every single time.
Been checking on you? Right.
Used to be a drummer for a band. We played a few local venues. Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Let's get you warmed up. Should be able to make a fire from all this mess.
Yeah, local places might be pretty cool to check out, like, when there's a lot of people, because they're small areas. But, I mean, more like a big, like, for example, like, one of my buddies went to this,
Alders?
ED, not EDP.
Was able to earn her forgiveness.
I don't know, ED something. It's some, like, electronic, like, music techno festival they do in Orlando every year.
On the wall?
He went and he sent me some video. I would never. His streets are packed with people.
Wonder what happened to her.
Like, the whole time I would have been like, I get the fuck out of here. Can't be here.
I can't believe she never came back to check on her house.
Speaking of dolls, when's the Megan movie coming out? Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna look that up. I actually want to see that movie.
It's not an excuse.
I don't know. It's funny because that movie's basically the same thing the Chucky reboot was. Megan release date. Speaking of which, I never saw Chucky season 2. I forgot about that. Megan Oh shit, that comes out next week. January 6th. Oh, I'm going to watch it. I didn't know that came out so soon. I thought it was sometime in the middle of the year.
You're welcome. Where do I go now?
We got to save the turtle house.
I can't stay.
You're thinking of EDC. They have one of it. Yes. I kept on saying EDP, but that's
There's gotta be something.
it's pedo dude. Yeah, EDC. I wouldn't be caught dead there. Too many people. I don't know if it's real, but I saw artwork for Spider-Man 2 game, and Green Goblin looks pretty dope. Spider-Man 2... You're talking about Insomniac Spider-Man 2, or like back in the day, Spider-Man 2 the movie?
It's okay, buddy. I think he's here for me.
Wait, Green Goblin. He
I'll
wasn't
be
in the
okay.
first one, right? They're doing that whole Harry Osborn Venom thing. According to the end scene in the first game.
Okay.
I can't wait for that Insomniac Wolverine game. All we haven't seen any gameplay. Here we go. Where are we going, you might ask? Guys, give me such a good story. Did you ever play this chapter? Yeah, I'm slightly ahead in this part on my other file. Which I'll probably catch up to right about where I am. Considering we started this stream like 2 hours late. Well, not really, because today was going to be a two game stream. Because we had to finish Crisis Core. Welcome to Asgard. Yep, this is Asgard.
Before Midgard froze over.
Well, yeah, there's the Bifrost.
Hello? I'm here.
So cool.
Odin?
God, this makes me want to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Asgard? Hey, wait up!
Everything's so huge here, too. Like, alright, when I first got here on my other file, I stopped and I had to stare at this rock. Because I was like, alright,
It's beautiful.
I'm not a big graphics
Not a
whore.
sign
Like,
of
I'll play,
someone-
like, the original Mega Man game and be fine. But that's the best looking rock I've ever seen in a game. Like, look at that. That looks amazing. Like, these rocks. Like, some of the... I'm impressed by these rocks. They look so good graphically. It makes you wonder, like... We're still semi-early into the PS5 lifespan. Imagine, like, middle to, like, the last quarter of the PS5 lifespan, the kind of stuff we'll be seeing coming out, you know? Shit looks amazing. I stopped and stared at her. I shit you not. I was sitting there like, whoa. And I'll show you. There's a part later, too, where I did the same thing for even longer. I was just like, this is mesmerizing. He was like, because it looks like an AT-AT. What? Don't look anything like an AT-AT. It's just a big rock. The future of game. The future is now. Look right here.
The wall.
Look at this.
Is Asgard.
Look at that. Tell me it doesn't
Hold
look
on.
amazing.
I'm coming.
This is where I stopped and I was like, whoa. That's Asgard with its giant walls. Like, those are the shiniest, cleanest, like, amazing looking rocks. Horizon also, yeah, Horizon's got pretty good rocks too. I'm telling you, those rocks are amazing looking.
Oh, you don't seem friendly.
It's like an Arkham Knight with Batman's cape ruffles. Oh my god. I remember when Arkham City, no, shit. Arkham Asylum, the first one. When that game came out, I remember everybody was mesmerized by Batman's cape. Like, to be the guy that animated that cape, everybody was talking about the cape and how amazing it looked. Asgard monsters. I won't deny it's good environment. Yeah, it looks good as hell, man. Like, these graphics are amazing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll play a game with bad graphics any day. But when you play something with really good graphics, like, and you're like actually in awe, that's special. I find it hard to be impressed by graphics nowadays because most games look anywhere from okay to good, you know. But every once in a while you'll get something like this and it's like, oh shit, they really put some effort into this. Who's there? Ah! Hate these stupid frogs. Oh, fall! Yeah! Who's left? The music's still going. Or are they faking me out? I think I reached the peak with graphics. I disagree. And I understand why you would say that, but I'll tell you why I disagree. Because I remember saying that when I was playing The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on Nintendo 64. I remember saying that when I was playing Rogue Squadron on the GameCube. I remember saying that when I was playing Gears of War 1 on Xbox 360. I remember saying that. I can tell you specifically what games. I remember saying that when I played Halo 4 on Xbox 360. Like, there's so many examples of games where I was like, games can't look any better than this. And normally I would say that too, looking at this, but we always say that. And somehow things do look better in time. God, I remember Sonic Adventure 1. I remember playing at Disney at Epcot. They used to have something called Innoventions, or I think it was a play on Innovations. It was called Innoventions. It hasn't been there in years, but they used to have a lot of early like prototype tech that wasn't widely available yet, and that's the first time I ever played a Dreamcast. And there were no demos anywhere. We just knew Sega was making a console. They had one there, and you could go there and play it. And I remember playing Sonic Adventure and thinking, like, when you're running and the whales jumping everywhere, I was blown the fuck away. I remember thinking, like, the future is now. Like, we've arrived at the future. And now it's like, go back and play Sonic 1 on the Dreamcast. You're like, oh. I mean, it looks alright. And yes, the GameCube version was an improvement, but I'm talking about the original Dreamcast version. Hate these stupid frogs. Come on, Atreus. There we go. There we go. Unfortunately, the difference in gen is getting smaller and smaller. Yeah, I think in the future, here's my opinion, I think it's going to be less about shiny graphics and more about increasing resolution and frame rate and textures and all that without losing performance. Because technically, this game right now, if they did an update, they could probably run it at like 8K, 240 FPS, right? But it would probably play like you're playing a flip book, like in slow motion. The console would explode. It wouldn't be able to handle it. I think that's where before it was like how many polygons, how many bits. I think those days are legitimately over. I think the future of gaming is more going to be about, and just graphically speaking, I'm not speaking about like any innovations that might pop up. Just graphically speaking, I think it's going to be more about pushing textures and frame rate to an absolute peak and have the console be able to run it smoothly. Because you can do it now, but it's not going to run smoothly at all. It's going to be crap. So that's why we have performance modes. The jump from PS1 to PS2 is huge. Like, compared Tekken 3 to 4. That's... oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. PS1 to PS2? Especially if you go by like near the end of the PS2 life cycle, games like God of War 2. I mean, you could compare games from the beginning of the PS1 life cycle to the end of it. Compare God of War 1 to God of War 2. Same console, completely different in quality in terms of graphics. PS2 was such a great console. Like, it lasted so long that we just saw so many great things come out of it over time. 8K TVs are banned in Europe. They use too much power. What? That's a thing? Aren't they like all, or I don't know, maybe it's a US thing. Aren't they all like required to be like Energy Star certified and all that? That might just be a US thing though. That's weird. Good. Yeah, we have 8K TVs and everything's like Energy Star certified.
Hi. I came to be your apprentice, I guess.
I would love an 8K TV, but it's just like, it's not worth it. There's nothing.
Foretold by prophecy kind of way.
Until things are like natively 8K, it doesn't make any sense to upgrade to 4K yet. Especially with how insanely expensive 8K TVs are. Hell no. You know what I actually want to do? Because right now, what I'm playing on, I got this TV when I was making a load of money at American Express, where I was putting like $4,000 or $5,000 paychecks every 2 weeks. Hated the job, soul sucking. It's what made me quit corporate America. But this is 75-inch Sony TV, but it was like the high end one, like the highest end Sony they had. But you know, back then, I could buy stuff like that. Would never go back to that life though. But I still have the TV. But it was one of the first. It sucks that it doesn't have 120 hertz panel, so I can't use that. But it was one of the first 4K TVs with like true HDR, because some of them now everything's got HDR. But back when 4K was new, some of the TVs did not have HDR. They just had the 4K resolution.
Hold on. I was Freya.
So this was like the high-end Sony with HDR. This TV was like $7,000. Now a TV equivalent would be like 1K easy. But what I want to do eventually, I don't know when, a long time from now. But eventually, what I would like to do is to upgrade to a. I've been researching the 4K laser projectors. I didn't even know about them. I educated myself for the holiday season. I didn't realize they had 4K projectors that are laser. They're called short throw laser projectors. They're basically, you don't need to change the bulb. It's not bulbs. It's literally like, it's a small box, and it has like 3 lasers that just, you know, RGB. It does a combination of the RGB colors, and that's how we get our colors. And it just angles it up at the wall. And you want to get a 4K projector screen that's called, I think it's an ARL screen that rejects light coming in from outside sources. You could easily spend like $7,000 or $8,000 on that setup right now. So I mean, I have no choice but to wait for prices to drop. But eventually, that's what I would like to do, and get like a 120-inch projector, and put this TV like out in the living room or something. That'd be awesome. Like, I want the whole, and I measured it. That, you guys can't see it. You see it on my room tour video, but this wall where my TV is, that's about the size. So it would cover the whole wall. I want to do that, and I'll play like Super Mario Brothers 3 on this giant 4K projector. But eventually, that's what I want to do. So I'm not even thinking about 4K anytime soon. Look, there's those beautiful rocks. We're getting closer. Look at those rocks. And then a little rainbow bridge. They had to shut off the Large Hadron Collider? Oh my god. Damn, is the energy crisis that bad over there? I haven't heard about that. But I am in the U.S. In the U.S., like, I don't know. People in the U.S. think the U.S. is the only country in the world. So you don't hear about international news often. Unless it's something huge. I used to sell them. What, the short throw projectors? Is that what you're talking about? I used to sell projectors too when I worked at Best Buy, like home theater, but I mean that was back in the day when you had like the most projectors were just like 720p and they had the regular bulbs in there. Nowhere near as good as the stuff we have now.
Better figure a way through that bramble.
Some of those laser projectors with a proper
Yoppa!
to flare flames. Okay. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Wait, what am I doing here? Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, he just said what I said. Don't copy me, Atreus. 3D used to be a gimmick where movies like Jaws 3 and Friday the 13th, they close up manipulate the audience. Nowadays, 3D are more about quality. 3D we barely even have anymore, though. Like, it's not like... The problem with 3D... I got huge into 3D. When the first Avatar came out, that's what relaunched 3D again. And now, like, no one really cares about it as much anymore. But 3D, the problem with 3D is most of the time it wasn't done well. You had some movies that were actually filmed with, like, 3D IMAX cameras. Mind-blowingly amazing looking. Like the original Avatar, for example. The second Avatar. But most movies, when you had the home release, most of those weren't even filmed in 3D. What they would do is just convert the video into a 3D image, so you weren't even looking at true 3D. For example, I have you remember the remake of Clash of the Titans they did with Sam Worthington? The guy from Avatar? The sequel, Wrath of the Titans. I have that on 3D Blu-ray. I swear it looks exactly like the 2D version. Can't even tell. And of course, once I Googled it, turns out it was 3D in post-processing. They didn't film in 3D. But because it's cheaper. So most movies that were in 3D were done in post-processing. They didn't actually film in 3D. Wait, so there were very few examples of really, really well done 3D. Every once in a while, 3D makes a comeback, and it won't be the last time. And then also, like, even 4K Blu-rays. Now we have Ultra HD Blu-ray. They don't have any. The 3D 4K Blu-rays don't exist. They don't make any.
Need help? You look a little lost.
Oh.
Resident Evil Afterlife had the best 3D. No joke. It actually had... I specifically remember that movie in 3D. I have it in 3D on Blu-ray. And yes, it actually did have really good 3D. Another movie that was really good in 3D was Dread. Holy shit, Dread was awesome in 3D.
Me?
But yeah, there's very few examples that are actually well worth watching in 3D.
Me too. I'm skilled here.
Lucky. Hang on.
Do movies even come out in 3D in theaters anymore? I know Avatar did.
Yep.
But like, I don't remember the last time I went to the theater and saw a movie like...
saved us from the desolation.
Oh, this kid.
Gave us a safe place to settle, but...
I want to see if anyone thought what I thought. Who does he look like to you guys? Specifically.
You don't know magic, do you?
A little bit, yeah.
What? No shit. You walk through walls?
I want to know if anyone thinks the same thing I thought. Who does he remind you of? And I'm wondering if he's an homage to this character.
That? Without any gear? No.
Sarix, you got it. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Tell me that's not Breath of the Wild Link.
Look at that.
Look at him. And his clothes. It has to be an homage.
Oh, no, wait.
It's Breath of the Wild Link.
You know the Allfather?
Or Wind Waker Link in his pajamas. Either one works.
No shit. What is he teaching you?
I'm not sure.
Well, how many other students?
He's just some doofus.
How long you staying? You don't know. Okay.
I'm gonna go climb that wall now.
Last movie I watched 3D was Afterlife. Yeah, I have a couple 3D Blu-rays and I have 3D glasses, but I don't remember the last time I turned on 3D mode on my TV.
I gotta go alone.
Oh, I wasn't gonna
When I got this TV, 3D was like an afterthought already. It has a 3D mode, but it's more of a pain in the ass trying to find my glasses and making sure they have good batteries in them and all. It's just like, I don't want to fuck with that. Like,
is that Hugin? Is Hugin
if somehow companies could figure out how to get like 4K glasses free 3D working well, the technology exists.
He'll know too much about
but it's crazy expensive. It doesn't work that great. It's got a very, very narrow viewing angle to the point where if like I move like this, it'll distort the whole image. So it's not viable for like consumers yet. But the problem is most companies aren't even working to improve it yet because it's just not even worth it.
With hands.
With home theater like improvements, always like what the market's like asking for.
Well, Loki.
lucky. You seem like a good guy.
The last 3D movie I watched was Spider-Man No Way Home. I take it back. I did see that in 3D.
Me too.
I saw that in 4DX, which it was really fun. I think that's a Regal thing, right? 4DX, where it's not only is it 3D, but the seats move.
I like looking
And
down.
let me tell you something.
Shows me how much
Like they
progress
spray
I
water
made.
at you and shit.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
If you watch a movie in 4DX, do not buy snacks like popcorn. That shit, I was trying to eat popcorn, just flying all over the place. Like, I swear I lost like half my popcorn in that movie. The fact that this Link is cowardly and can't climb is also funny to make him a parody, basically. Shit, Link can't climb anyway in Breath of the Wild. He slips off the mountains the second it stops raining. Or it starts raining. Like, you gotta improve that. Oh, that was one of the things I hated the most about Breath of the Wild, when I was, like, up a mountain almost at the top, and then it starts raining. I'm like, no! He starts slipping.
Thanks, Gilder. Hope you're right.
Like the 3DS, you mean? Yes, exactly like the 3DS. If you go, like, if you look up, like, things they've shown at, like, Consumer Electronics shows,
Here's Temple.
a couple of years back, like, even Toshiba had,
wonder
like, a
we could
big,
use it
like, a 80-inch TV that was glasses-free 3D. So it's like what the 3DS did, but blown up and high quality. But yeah, the technology that exists, it's a really narrow viewing angle.
Okay, I can do this.
Even with the 3DS, if you
fine.
look at it, if you,
Keep
like, look at
climbing.
the image to the side, like, it distorts it. So most TVs, if you notice, they all have very
now
wide
what?
viewing angles. You can be sitting to the left and right, and the picture still looks good. That's not the case with glasses-free 3D. You have to be, like, directly straight in front of it. You climb the big rock. That's yeah. Look, this whole thing, like the whole goal, is to get inside Asgard. This part was so cool. I was so excited to get to the top.
Hey, Hugin. Don't suppose
I watched
you'd
Dragon Ball
like to
Super
pass
Hero
the time by
4DX.
telling a story?
My bones are still rattling. Oh man, I
Yeah,
should have seen that. I
that's
don't think that
what
was
I
playing in
thought
4DX in my area. Man, if it was, I would have. I totally would watch that in 4DX. That movie was awesome. 4DX is expensive as shit though. It's like $27 a ticket or something like that. It's crazy. It's fun though. If you're going by yourself, like for me, it's like my fiance and like my 2 kids if they're going. So that's like 90, like $100 right there. So yeah, I can't do 4DX often. These things are so annoying. You lose. Hey. Oh hell yeah. There we go. The Zora's area was a pain to climb. Oh yeah, and there's too much water.
Yeah, I'm
I remember I kept falling off
Keep
crap
that chain
because
down.
my thing in Breath of the Wild, I was looking for shortcuts everywhere, like how to get from point A to B like the quickest way possible, and normally you end up falling in the water or something. Where am I going? Oh. A golden chain. The golden chains of Asgard. I feel like Atreus could just turn into a bird. Yeah, why doesn't he just turn into a bird? I'm sure he could too. God of Wall. Wall of boy.
I wonder why I can't hear your thoughts. Sure seemed like Odin.
See, and these are like nails
That
or
was
something.
you in our cabin, right? You and your brother, I guess?
I wonder if the giants built this
Taking that
place
for a yes.
for the Asgardians, because how else did they get these like nails in the rocks?
Breathe.
Yeah, I'd be shitting bricks climbing this
And-
wall. Like,
Yes!
look at this. Look how far down we are. Look on the right. That's the little village all the way down there.
I bet I'm past the worst of it now.
That's like you. That is when your
Or
butthole
not.
puckers. Just looking down. Giant build the wall. They had to have. It's massive.
Wanna just let me pass through? No? Have it your way. Jump up! Good luck.
Or Assassin's Creed. I can't wait to hear more about Assassin's Creed Mirage. I want a release date. We don't know what's coming out yet. Like, I want it spring or something. I want to play it. That game, I have my collector's edition pre-ordered from the Ubi shop. The Ubisoft store. Comes with a little statue and stuff. Cool. I always get the Assassin's Creed collector's edition. They just come with so much cool shit. I have all this stuff. I don't know if you can tell on camera. All this is the Assassin's Creed collector's edition stuff. There's a couple I'm missing. I had the Bayek one, but it broke. Like, he fell off. Like, he was kind of cheaply made. They had him, like, on a column, like, using his arrow, and the only thing holding the character up was, like, one foot that was, like, attached to the column. And, like, over time, his foot started, like, separating from the platform until he just fell off of it completely. I can never fix it. The others have been fine. No one else bother me. Yep. I have the AC Brotherhood Jack in the Box. Oh my god, I absolutely hate that thing. Let me tell you why. I didn't have it. But when that came out, I was working at Best Buy. And we had so many, like, we got too many of those that, because usually what Best Buy did, I don't know if this is how they still do it, they don't go, they go by the amount of pre-orders for the collector's editions, but it doesn't account for, like, cancellations or ones that never picked up or anything. We had so many damn Assassin's Creed Brotherhood collector's edition with the Jack in the Box sitting on the shelf. And I remember I had to go and put clearance stickers on all of them and had to find room for them. We had so many and we could never sell them. They just kept going down in price more and more until they were like $14.99, and then people were slowly getting them. But we got so many of those in stock at my store, and I had to stare at them all the time and just deal with them. I hated them. Eventually we got rid of them, and they were right by the Wii. We had on clearance, we had a bunch of trade-ins. I don't even know who traded these in. It was when Best Buy started doing trade-ins, but we had a bunch of pre-owned Hannah Montana or some shit for the Wii. Like it's some Hannah Montana singing game or something. Taking up all the damn space. Oh shit. Next Star Wars Jedi Survivor? We don't know the wait, hold on. What's the release date? Do we know the release date for that one? I forgot. I don't remember if they revealed it.
Yeah,
if they have a collector's edition of that one, I'll probably end up getting it.
Gotta do both sides though.
Reminds me, I went to GameStop the other day. Unfortunately, I hate going to GameStop, man. But my mother-in-law got me a GameStop gift card for Christmas, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." And in my head, I was like, "Fuck." So it was a $25 gift card, and once again, I had to battle it out at the register. Like, I ended up getting Evil Dead the game for PS5. It was $20, and they had it on clearance. That's an extra 20% off. And then Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. They had it for like $20 too. So I was like, all right, cool, why not? But oh my god, it just pissed me off when I go there every time. Because, like, I don't want to sign up for the stupid rewards program. Like, I don't shop there enough, whatever. Like, I don't want them to have my information. But, like, the guy at the registry, he's like, oh, phone number? And I'm like, I'd rather not. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'd rather not give my phone number. And he's like, well, if you have a Power Up Rewards, and I'm like, yeah, it's expired and I don't want to renew it. Like, I'd rather not. He's like, well, even if it's expired, you can still build a point. And I was sitting there for, like, 3 minutes straight. Just trying to tell this guy, like, no, I don't want to give my phone number. It's just, can I just pay for this? Like, my God. Like, at some point, this is why I hate going into the store. Like, at some point, just move on. Like, leave the customer alone. Like, this man is clearly not interested. And he's not going to be. I always get into, like, a conflict with the employees there at the register at checkout. And then, oh, March 17th? Oh, shit, that's so soon. Yeah, that's another game I'll have to play. And a review. I think I reviewed the first one, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think I did. But it was at the point where I was gonna shop online. Originally, I was gonna buy some stuff online on GameStop and use the gift card, so I didn't have to go to the store. So I was like, cool. I found like 2 Funko Pops I wanted.
Maybe a lot
I go to check out, and they wanted like $9 for shipping, and I was like, fuck that. So that's why I had to go in the damn store.
Hey, Hugin.
At least I got a
How about
good
I
deal
tell
on
you a
something.
story? Once there was a giant named Loki who thought it'd be
Let's
a
see how
good
high I
idea
am.
to accept Odin's
Look at
invitation
that
to Asgard.
shit. Woo! Limited run games that a Jedi Survivor collectors from Cal's lightsaber hilt. 300. See, I won't buy from limited run ever again. Like, don't get me wrong, their stuff is good, but I don't want to pay for something and wait like 100 years to get it. I hate that. It takes too long.
Odin tested Loki, expecting him to climb by himself all the way up Hrimthur's wall.
Okay, they just want to show off the
So,
graphics there.
What did Loki? Ah!
They deserve the credit. I mean, it's beautiful.
So what did Loki
Those
do?
are beautiful rocks.
He kept climbing.
Loki. I'm surprised in this game how often you don't play as Kratos.
His arms hurt.
Like, the fact, I had no
Fingers
idea
went
they
numb.
would just completely switch you to
Not hard to
Atreus
breathe.
more than once.
Loki.
It's happened
Kept
quite a
climbing.
bit.
One foothold. at a
That's one thing
time.
that definitely surprised me about this one. I finally got
All
my
the way.
Castlevania Anniversary Collection. Yeah, me too. It took forever. And that's when I learned. I didn't know at the time when I
Nowhere to go
ordered
but
that they
up.
had a no refund policy. Because it got to the point where it'd been like over a year or
Okay.
something, right? It was
Okay.
a long time.
Keep going.
It got to the point where I was like, I don't even care about this anymore. I just
Can't
want my
stop
money
now.
back. So I emailed them for a refund. They said they had no refund policy. And I looked it up on their site. It's there. I didn't read it, so it's my fault. But I was like, fuck. Like, the whole no refund policy, like that alone is a reason for me not to buy from there. No. Because it's like by the time I get the stuff I paid for, it's like I don't even care about it anymore. Like the hype is over.
Okay. I can do this. I can do this. Almost there.
That near fall made me jump. It's really scary. If you don't like heights, this part's gotta be a nightmare.
Hello.
Hi.
This part's got really good dialogue.
What part of the enormous wall made you think, oh, visitors must be welcome?
I was sent for, actually. By Odin?
The Allfather sent for you. Ha! Great. Then why are you out there
Aesir stranger.
and not in here?
Why don't we ask them together? Ah!
Shit. Hell no. That apple probably killed someone, by the way. They were looking up and just smashing their forehead.
Are you finished? Now, what could Odin, Allfather, King of the Aesir, possibly want with the likes of you?
All their performances in this game are so
That's
amazing.
between me and Odin.
Like, everyone in this game is such a good job.
You don't even know, do you?
Think you could pull me up, or...
No, I don't think I will. I think maybe I'll drop you.
No. No.
Yes, I'm
He's
going
such
to
an
drop you.
asshole.
Goodbye.
Think how mad the Allfather's gonna be when he finds out you killed his guest. Loki of the Jotnar?
The Jotnar. Enemy of my people.
I am not your enemy.
Looks so devious.
I will be the judge of that.
There's Horn. You know who I thought that was at first glance when I played this game?
Wait, is that Gallarhorn?
It's Heimdall, by the
Heimdall?
way.
Obviously.
It's funny because when I first saw it, it threw me off guard because I'm thinking Heimdall from Thor, and I was because he's Idris Elba, he's black, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I was like, that's the movie Thor, or that's movie Heimdall.
Asgard. This is a rare sight for outsiders,
But
especially
They did such a good job making Heimdall a dickhead that yeah, he's such a prick, man. The way he talks to you, and then he's threatening to drop you. He's like, what? He's talking about how the giant wall. He's like, what made you think that was a good idea? Like, just pick me up, man. Let's talk. Let's talk things out. But no, you know who I at first he reminded me of I think I was thinking Hermes, or I think he looked like Hermes in God of War 3. He reminded me of one of the Greek gods.
I had questions?
It is my job. Next question.
What
Just
is
the
your
way
job?
he talked too, like
I
kind
protect
of
the realm I
sarcastically.
love
He's
from
kind of an
trouble.
asshole.
And you think I'm trouble? You just met me.
And I can already see you are eager to prove yourself. Way too eager. Probably due to an overshadowing father figure you can never live up to.
Yeah, look at this.
I would also guess that you are
It's amazing.
disrespectful, entitled, and impulsive.
You don't know me at all. I help people.
Oh, you are here to help people.
Yeah, he's not Idris Elba.
No.
Although I love
You
Heimdall,
are
Idris
here
Elba,
to
Heimdall. Idris,
yourself.
I can't talk today.
To
Idris Elba,
manipulate
Heimdall.
and lie to
Too many
whoever you
D's and
have to
B's.
get what you want. I know.
I hate that they killed him off
Voice
though in the
probably
movies.
dropped while you were climbing the wall, but what a twisted little soul you have. You are chaos in a spiffy archer suit. I watch your mouth.
Like he was just one of those random
succeeds
deaths on the
in
ship from Thanos.
Nothing good is going to come from you being in Asgard.
Hermes, the Greek god Kratos, said only one sentence too before slaughter. Yeah. A cool little place.
If you are here to aid the Allfather and have
Again,
no
it just reminds me of
treacherous
Assassin's Creed
intent,
Valhalla.
I guess that makes us allies.
There's Heimdall, the bearer of Gjallarhorn. I can't pronounce this shit. Mimir said he was dangerous, a true believer of Odin. He didn't mention what a complete jerk he is, or that he seems to be able to read people somehow. The less time I spend around this guy, the better.
School topper. Who loves me the most? Who loves me the most?
He's like real flamboyant, like he's the top dog.
Wow, that's almost as impressive as Baldur taming a dragon.
Oh, Heimdall's little ass face is responsible for about a third of the enjoyment in this game. Enjoy. Yeah, he is such a dick.
Dominate them fair and square.
I immediately found him entertaining, though, when they introduced him in this scene.
Whoa, are these all Aesir gods?
What? You think all Aesir are gods?
But Skilder told me that
Oh,
only...
well, if Skilder told you, clearly whoever that is must be the authority on Aesir gods, not the Aesir god you are currently talking to.
What an asshole.
You literally know nothing of our culture, do you?
I know lots of things. I know a giant built that wall.
A giant built the wall that keeps out the giants.
Hrimthur, son of Thamur. I know the whole story.
Really? I truly cannot wait for you to regale me.
See, it
with
makes you wonder if that is the
tales
true
of
story, or
Asgard's
that's just
architectural history.
because he said it's revisionist history.
Is that Odin's palace?
Palace. Do you think the All-Father needs to puff himself up like some mortal chief?
He's definitely an Odin brown noser.
Guess not.
That is the Great Lodge, which the All-Father built with his own hands. I'm sorry if that is a letdown for you. Real power, you see, does not need to flaunt. It emerges when the time is right. Don't you
Odin's winter cabin. It is so disappointing. You see, like, Mount Olympus in the first God of War game. When you get there, it's like giant golden in the clouds, and here it's just like, oh, it's just a lodge.
I brought you a practice dummy.
I thought we were going to Odin!
You see, the thing is, you do have treacherous intent. So I am not letting you anywhere near the All-Father.
The key to Norse name is that the first letters of the name are sometimes silent, so Gjallarhorn is pronounced as Gjallarhorn. It's too much for me to think about. Oh shit.
Good boy. That is what he deserves.
I know, like like in Valhalla, I noticed like the J's are usually pronounced like a Y. Yeah, like if something's spelled Jarl, they say Jarl. Kind of like how it kind of reminds me how in Japan, like, and I know people use it to make fun of, like, you know, Asian people, like, in a racist way, you know, how, like, they don't pronounce L's, it's usually like an R instead. But if you look at a lot of the Japanese stuff, the way it's worded, like, I use Dragon Ball as an example, like Krillin, like, usually stuff with an L, and in Japan it really translates to an R. I get, because, like, Krillin is Kuririn in Japanese. So it reminds me of that. There you go. Please. Even in Spanish too. Like when there's something with two L's, you pronounce it with like a Y or a J. I guess would be closer.
Well, that was boring. Guess who's next?
You sure you want to keep all father waiting?
Funny thing.
Look at this son of a bitch.
Sure about that. Yes,
Wolf mode.
I'm feeling very sure, matter of fact.
So it reminds me of Hermes because he's so fast. Mount Olympus was way cooler. It did.
Oh no! Error! How fearsome!
Look at it. What a dick. Kratos would mess him up in a heartbeat.
You're not gonna stop me from seeing Odin.
You'll be seeing him from your grave.
What? That doesn't even make sense.
RNL Japanese is the same symbol. There you go.
Not even close. Is this all you've got?
Kuririn.
How have you survived this long? Is that it? Is this all you have to show me, Jotun?
He's such a dick. Here, eat this. All my specials.
Even that didn't work? I am really screwed now.
Asshole.
Wow. I do have to say, Loki, I am profoundly unimpressed. You should probably stay down.
You know who could play him in a movie, I think? I think it's like his jaw or his facial structure. Reminds me of, what is it, Robert Pattinson that plays Batman now? I could see him in that role.
Knock it off. Like it or not, he's all father's guest.
Look how enormous his nipples are bigger than Heimdall's head.
Something.
Take one more step, you're not gonna like how this ends.
Really?
He's like a little miniature god.
And how do you intend to stop me?
Look into my eyes. You tell me.
You are a sick man.
I love how threatening they made Thor.
You made it. I am so
I like
honored.
Odin in this too. He's so like
I see
chill and
you've
laid
met
back
Heimdall.
the way he talks.
He reads minds for me.
The boy is false, all father.
It's hilarious.
This young man, who is my guest, is covered in mud. Care to explain?
He means to betray you.
Is that true, Loki? You a little trickster? I'm just messing around. Of course he means to betray me, Heimdall. Why else would he come? I've given him no reason to trust me. Not yet. But he's got some very big questions.
I love Heimdall's face. He's just
I
like,
have
what
so
the fuck?
many answers to give. What are you up to? Dismissed. Go.
Gladly.
And you, clean yourself up.
But all father.
Oh, Heimdall, will you just relax? Are you intending on killing me first thing?
Odin's just like a regular dude.
What, that's not good enough for you? Get out of here.
Like, this is well-written comedy is what it is. I love it. The guy who played Thor's beta in The Walking Dead. Oh, that's the same actor?
He's a lot, I know. Very perceptive, but sometimes he just forgets to think, you know? Hey, I got some places to be.
I love how Odin's like the king of the Aesir gods. And he's just like some guy that's just like sarcastic and just doesn't want to deal with people's shit. Like he's a god that just deals with people's shit all day.
Decided to accept my invitation.
I don't think we should talk about my father.
Not well, huh? Can't blame him. Between my ex-wife and my disgruntled former employee, he's not exactly getting an unbiased view. But you...
These characters talk and swears casually threw me off guard. That's what makes it so funny. Because like they're these like mythical gods and they just talk like regular people.
Pretend I'm not here. If I'm being honest with you, Loki, you're lucky my offer still stands after you went and sprung Tyr. But I suppose spending time with him is punishment enough, isn't it? At least Michael never lost his sense of humor. But look, that's all behind us now. I like to keep looking forward. Hey, hey, hey! I want them trained, not decapitated. Just keep it below the neck, all right? Is that really what you do when I'm not here?
All Father.
Queen Gná.
The Einherjar are ready for your blessings.
That's why I'm here, isn't it?
Guess there's a new Valkyrie queen.
Great soldiers, these Einherjar.
I love how he does these blessings. Like everything Odin does is just like a checklist on his day. He doesn't give a shit about any of it.
Who they were in life. That's important, don't you think? A sense of identity gives things meaning. Moon Thinafen, Hrothgar. Moon Thinafen, Form. Moon Thinafen, Diana.
He may do a Zanzukin on you if you're not careful, yeah.
Okay, next up.
Yeah, see, look, it's just a checklist of the day. I'm literally running errands with Odin.
Ah, the books. Good. Those are for him. I understand you're an avid reader. These are just a few things.
He's like a pastor that blesses people by slapping them. Oh my god, I stayed up way too late the other day. Speaking of pastors, watching the Street Fighter pastor. If you've not YouTube Street Fighter pastor, YouTube it.
You're just visiting, Loki.
He's like an evangelical pastor. And he's like blessing a ton of people in like a big mega church, and they're all falling over. And this video, they just like put Street Fighter sound effects over it. It was way too late. I was too tired. I was laughing my ass off at like 3 a.m. by myself.
But why me? Is it because I'm half giant?
Big deal. So's Thor. Erlen, try to stay awake for me.
Okay, but...
Look, don't overthink it. I have a project I think you'll be interested in.
Right, look, you some kind of trickster. I love that line, yeah.
For both of us.
My favorite thing about it is how he looks at Heimdall. He's like, no shit. Like,
nobody's gonna get hurt.
And Heimdall's just staring at him in absolute shock, like, he's just completely clueless.
If you recall. Look, you're here now. Stop worrying. It's all gonna be fine. Almost to your room.
My room?
Yep, just over here. Feel free to come and go. Take what you need, poke around as you please. You're not my prisoner. And more importantly, I'm not your father.
All Father, there's a situation that needs your attention.
Sif!
Lady Sif.
You missed welcoming our new house guest.
Gosh, she's huge. She's like a big Amazon woman.
This is him. Here. In our home.
Like, she looks like she'd give you a good thrashing. Like, she could throw a grown man around.
My diplomat. Everything all right in New Midgard?
The refugees are fine. The situation is with the dwarves. You know who is back.
Yeah, it's always something. Put those books down. We got another stop to make.
Sure.
Lady Sif is hot. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting thrown around. It's like against the walls, you know? Pulling me around.
All right. I'm here. Where is he?
Just over there. Oh, Father. Sorry.
That's like a bouncer finding a bomb on a guest, but the owner still lets them in. Yeah. Well, you got to think that's a good way to stop them, though, because they'll be caught so off guard, they'll be like,
Chief,
okay.
It's been too long. What's the issue now?
No issue at all if you're trying
Derlin.
to avoid volatile death traps.
I approve these designs personally, and not all that recently, I might add. Did you just wake up with the urge to be a pain in my ass?
Who's the cut? You training pickpockets?
You know what, Derlin? You reek of cheap mead, and that is by far your most endearing characteristic. Now listen up. It's me, your entire economy, speaking.
Atreus suddenly remembers killing her 2 boys in the last game. Yeah, I mean they had it coming though. They were dicks.
Promised on time, on budget, and of course, safely. The dwarves have never let me down, and they're not about to start now. Right? Good.
It's funny because you hear about Odin from Tyr and Mimir and Frey. They make him sound like this horrible monster, which I haven't played much further than this. So I'm sure something will happen, but it's completely different from when you meet him. He's just like I said, some guy. He's just a dude.
Oh, and help yourself to a change of clothes.
Atreus killed only Modi. Kratos killed Magni. I don't think they care. I don't think they care about the details.
Guess I could try this on. Has less mud on it anyway. Whoa, I can use this.
All right, let's change.
Nicely equipped. I need
Aesir
work.
bow. Why not? Wait, let me look at the bows. Regular arrows are fired in a burst. Greatly reduced cooldown. That might be useful. See, but this has... No, see, I like this better because it is the stun. I think I'm going to hold on to this. Actually, in fact, I think I'm going to upgrade this. I wasted resources crafting the other one. Wait, I want to change my uniform.
Nicely equipped. What needs work?
Here it is. I need a resurrection stone. A superior resurrection stone. Accessories. Wait, I want to change my clothes. Here, armor. Look at the Aesir. It looks almost the same as the regular one, just different color. I guess the armor's a little different, yeah. He's getting back to Kratos wearing like Aesir armor. He's like, what is that? Like, I want to go see Odin, and he's a nice guy. And he gave me free clothes.
Whoa!
Loki, right? Gotta say, the irony of this isn't lost on me. This was his room, you know?
His?
My brother's.
Your brother?
Modi?
Oops.
Ah, your brother. Really? I had no idea.
Uh-huh.
Her hair.
And now it's yours.
She's got that Mortal Kombat 3. She's got that Mortal Kombat 3 Sindel hair. That just hairspray blowout.
You've got some pretty small shoes to fill.
Look at that. She looks like a lion. It's Sindel from Mortal Kombat 3.
We're better off without him, Loki. Trust me. Walk with me.
See, all their children are like, they're thick.
Don't forget your sword.
Sindel plus Aloy. Oh, shit. Yeah, the Aloy. I didn't even think about that. You're right. She could probably give him a good thrashing, too.
Clean that up.
Lady Sif is a verified MILF. Mom, I'd like to fight. Fight, that's all?
So, what kind
to
of
go
sword
to
is
battle with?
It's new. One of a kind. My father gave it to me for Valkyrie training.
You're in Valkyrie training?
Got time to talk about it? I was just heading to the Great Hall. But if you need to go to work, grandfather's study is just down those stairs.
Let's go to the Great Hall. Her tats are sick, too. Same for... Yeah, they look cool.
First, I train till I'm the best I can be. Then I wait till grandfather notices. And then I hope he and my dad can convince Mom it's okay.
You know,
the
my
time
father
ball.
and I...
I'm gonna get in his face.
Do not involve me in your pathetic attempts to impress one another.
Loser.
Come on. You haven't had enough Heimdall in your day? Let's go.
He got told off by Thor. Big Nips Thor.
Mother, did you meet Loki?
That hair.
Now
Does
he's
she
got
hold her hair in a
involved with
bundle
this.
all day? She
Involved
just
with
carries
what?
her hair
And being
around?
friendly. Isn't that diplomacy?
You understand who this is, right? What his father did? Why does he want him here?
Mom! Come on, you're embarrassing me.
We'll talk about this later.
She talks like a teenage girl, too.
I suggest
Mom, you're embarrassing me.
Sorry about her.
Like I said, the dialogue in
Moms,
this game is amazing.
Right? So, did you want to look around some more, or do you really need to get to work?
I gotta go
Listen,
see
whatever grandfather is
your
having
grandfather.
you do, remember, this is your chance to prove yourself. That's all.
Oh, let me drop a manual save. Haven't done it in a bit. Alright, manual save is 2.
Catch you later.
What else if Snips look? Probably nothing like Thor's. Can't imagine.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Do you see me nodding and saying, yes, I understand? Uh-huh. Yes. Yes, all right. Mm-hmm. You see, this is you not letting me talk.
This man.
No, Hugin, I don't need my ears
This
cleaned.
man, the head of these gods,
I need you to
this
stop
all-powerful All-Father, is just sitting in a room in his cabin arguing with a
answer.
bird
No,
that's
I'm
not letting
about
him
to
talk. Oh my god, it's amazing. It'll come to PC in the nude mod. We'll be
I was
online
just
5 minutes later for sure.
Looking at this.
That old thing. I've had that since... Huh. Who can remember?
You have a name?
Ingrid.
Really?
Sure, why not? Take it, if you like it that much.
For real?
Consider it a perk of the job.
Thank you. I mean, really.
And they say I'm the bad guy. Come on,
Sif
let's
is
walk.
voiced by the same actress who plays Elena in the Uncharted games. Oh, I didn't even recognize her. I'll have to listen to her whenever I run into her again.
You're welcome.
So are the birds in the last game actually spies for Odin? Well, you're talking about all those extra birds, the ones you killed, because they're in this game too. Yeah, I mean, those are the eyes of Odin. It's implying that he's always watching.
Loki, walk with me, please. Everyone's got me all wrong.
About to get a lore
You
dump.
think war drives me, or power, wealth? Nah, never have. You know what drives me? What I really
rift.
want? I want answers. Same as you. See, mortals have it easy. When they push up against life's big questions, they can look to us. They give them meaning, divine comfort. We both know that's a sham. But when we have questions, why are we here? To give meaning to mortals while living without it ourselves? No. We're more than that. And I found something that proves it.
This is interesting. I was looking around at all this stuff here.
What is it?
It's what drives me. You feel it, don't you?
Feels like knowledge. Truth.
All truth. All the answers. We could find out why we're here, learn how to change our fates, stop Ragnarok for good, maybe. Save the people we love.
How?
It's a rift in there. You open it, King of Conquerors on the other
I
side.
found it.
It was me the whole time.
Lifetimes studying it, following every clue down every dead end, looking for and finally unearthing this. See that? It shares the same mystical energy.
It opened a crack.
As a reminder, no one's done this yet. I'm just saying. No spoilers in chat, please, if you've played this game or know what's going to happen. Especially because I'm reaching a part where I haven't gotten to yet.
Recognize any
And other people in chat are following the story on the streams. This mask reminds me of the one from Lords of Shadow. Now we have an important mask.
These aren't from the Nine Realms.
See, that I found interesting.
Obsidione Spitha. From smoldered earth and obsidian spark, and a field of battles never fought.
Are you certain? Because if that's a clue, I know what it means.
And what's that?
Keep working with me and find out. You don't have to kill anyone. You don't have to betray your father or yourself. Come on, I know.
Odin has one eye because he's wearing an eye patch on the other.
Are in there. Let's get them.
That's what he actually mentions, how he misses an eye.
It was like it was nothing.
If I do help you, what's next?
Just a reminder, the mask in Jim Carrey's also Loki's mask.
Don't do that. What's next is chasing.
Scared the shit out of him.
Take this.
Wait, the mask in in the mask was Loki's mask in the movie? Did they say that? I don't remember that.
I don't promise anything.
Nonsense.
Deadguard, thank you for the $2. That mask is supposed to be the same mask from the mask. Yeah, I did. I don't remember that. What?
What are you, boy?
That makes sense, actually, now that I think about it, like, because in the mask, it turns into a big, mischievous, like, figure that messes with people. Man, I gotta watch that movie. It's been years since I've seen that movie.
The rest of the mask is here?
They say it in the movie?
What do you think?
Man, I don't remember that. That's cool.
Take that, do your
Is that actual, like, Norse mythology that they're, like, Loki has a mask or something? I'm not familiar with the details of, like, the Norse mythology.
So,
They're back in Muspelheim.
where are we going?
Where's Doomslayer?
What the fuck am I supposed to know? Allfather thinks that you know what you're doing.
Thor's such a dick, too.
Do it.
How the fuck am I supposed to know? What a rude dick. The mask is attuned to Atreus' goal. It's like the compass. It's like Jack Sparrow's compass.
Weird. Well, it seems like we go through this rock.
It's the sequel that says it? So they don't say it in the first movie?
I was gonna get that.
I never saw Son of the Mask. It looked horrendous. I had no interest in watching that one.
Let's see what Loki and that shiny toothpick can do.
But yeah, I got a little sword now.
Oh, Ingrid.
Thor,
nice
move. I like how I'm fighting and Thor's just casually walking by me.
You could maybe help.
Too easy.
I've never heard anything about Loki having a mask. No idea. My Loki knowledge is mostly Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Marvel. That's what you say in the first movie. Yeah, I have no interest in the sequel. But when I was a kid, The Mask was like, what? Man, I love that movie. Didn't they have a video? They had a Super Nintendo game, right? Super
Up
Nintendo
there.
or a Sega game or something,
Looks
I
like
thought.
there might be a ledge we could reach. If we...
Too slow.
Hey! You can't just grab people like that.
No, what else are they gonna do? Throw you?
Traveling with Thor. That's something I never saw coming in this game. Gone on a little road trip with Thor. Son of the Mask used to be on Guilty Pleasure. I have no interest in watching it. I remember seeing the trailers, seeing like a really bad CG mask baby.
Hitting us with fire.
They briefly mentioned Loki's mask in the original Mask movie. I remember it looking like a brown mask too, right? It looked like that, kinda. Have you read the Mask comics? Never. When I was a kid, I didn't even know that was based off comic book. I had no idea. I just saw the movie. And was there was an animated series too, wasn't there? Of the Mask. Why do I remember an animated series? Was there one?
You know, I took my blood payment from your father for what happened to my sons. I haven't taken it from you. Yet.
What do you mean?
Later. Don't want to keep the All-Father waiting. Speaking of which...
I'd be paranoid being around Thor, man. This giant man, after what you did to his kids. Wasn't there a Mask cartoon? Yeah, see, it's not just me. I think there was.
Hey, can you?
I don't remember what network that would have been though. Man, everything used to get a cartoon show back in the 90s. Anything that was slightly popular among kids, TV show or toys or both.
What about the giants you killed? They were my family. Thamor, Bronair, they were your people too.
The giants were blight on the 9 realms, and I reveled in every single one of their deaths.
Wonder who won the contest to be in the Mask 2 set sponsored by Nintendo Power. Oh my god, where do I know that from? I think I saw a YouTube video about that.
Think you could?
Don't play me.
Man, there was something. There was a contest. What did I? There's a YouTube video about some contest. That was like a scam that someone was doing. I can't remember. I think it was with the Batmobile or something.
Modi had some problems, but he was my son. And the only reason you aren't mush right now is because of that broken piece of wood.
Look, clearly neither of us can do this mission alone. And I want to impress the Allfather just as much as you do. You don't have to like me, but we're gonna have to trust each other. Just a little bit.
Trust.
If Jen on Nintendo Power did a video on it, that must be what I'm thinking about then. By the way, before I started the stream, I was watching it. It's really interesting. I was watching this documentary. I don't know if it's new. It might not be. On HBO Max called McMillions. I started watching a YouTube video about it, and then I realized there's an HBO Max documentary. McMillions. It's about the monopoly, like the why was I going to say Star Wars Monopoly? It's about the McDonald's Monopoly rewards thing that they do. But apparently, for a couple of years, it was a total sham. There was like some guy involved in the marketing company that was like stealing the winning tickets and giving them away and shit. I didn't finish it. I'd stopped to start streaming, but it's really interesting. I recommend it if you like documentaries. McMillions. Funny enough, while watching that, my fiance brought home Burger King. The competition. I have Star Wars Monopoly. Yeah, I had, when the special edition came out, I had a Star Wars Monopoly set based on it. And I also have this Mandalorian Monopoly that I got for Christmas like 2 years ago.
Okay, so where's the mask saying to go?
I haven't even opened it. There's too many variation of Monopoly. Like, oh my, that reminds me. I saw the other day at Walmart. We were at Walmart and I saw Avatar Monopoly. It's the most boring thing, man. Like, you look at the back, it's all just different variations of cliffs, oceans, and forests that you buy. It's all the same. Like, does Avatar really need Monopoly? Seems we go this way, Thor. You big bastard. I want Mortal Kombat Monopoly.
The mask is
That's what I want.
Pulling this way. We'll have to find some way down.
Sure thing.
I wasn't playing you, by the way. The trials are fun. Don't you ever have fun? You're so different from your daughter. She seemed...
Hey, come look at this.
Big man Thor.
Whenever you're ready.
Thor, what the...
It's funny, when he moves, you can see his belly jiggle.
Wait, Surtur's shrine.
You didn't die over there, did you?
Molten Lowlands. This reminds me of Mordor. Climbing Mount Doom.
No, but I was thinking...
Well,
I have Sauron over there.
Problem.
Man, Thor travels around so much more effectively than Kratos.
Just past that cliff.
Literally just bounces around everywhere like Hulk.
First we deal with them.
Jump up! Come on, Thor. Just check him out. What have you got to lose?
Time.
Damn, there's a lot of these things. Basic ass enemies. Filler enemies. Oh, okay. Smacked me. No, I'm not using my stone on that.
Not.
Thor's not even worried about him. He didn't run over to go help him like Freya does. Man, you know what show I never finished?
Getting tired?
What was it? Vikings. How many seasons is that? The show's over, right? Vikings? I remember it started on the History Channel. I think I watched 2 seasons of it before I stopped. I want to watch that show. I want to finish it. Damn. My God. So many. Oh! Nope. I'll let Thor handle those. Come on. Oh! Shit. Giant ass trolls hounding me. Oh! 2 guardian ogres.
Can I get some help here?
Since we're short on time, I'll humor.
Thor could probably handle this in 2 seconds with that hammer. Here, get him, Thor. Oh, here we go. I can heal. Did you ever see the horror film The Ritual? A monster movie, but it's really the son of Loki? No. I've never heard of that. You know what was an interesting movie, actually? Anyone seen Dracula 2000? Anyone remember that movie? That movie was so weird, but it had one of the most original Dracula origin stories that I've ever seen. And to this day, I haven't seen anything copying it. Because usually you think Dracula, you think like Vlad the Impaler, like that's his origin, right? Well, in, or Matthias in Castlevania, well, who is Vlad the Impaler, but whatever. In Dracula 2000, they revealed that that version of Dracula was originally Judas from the Bible that betrayed Jesus. That when he hung himself and his entrails came out, he went to hell and made a deal with the devil, and he came back revived as a vampire. And I was like, oh shit, I've never seen anything like that as an origin story for Dracula. It's Dracula 2000, and I think it came out in the year 2000.
Yes, sir.
How creative. I don't remember the movie being that good. It was very much like a modern vampire thing, where everyone was wearing black and like club clothes, like nightclub clothing. But yeah, it was. That's an interesting origin story for Dracula.
Come on.
That is really original. Yeah, they reveal it at the end. I'm just like, spoilers by the way, but the movie's hella old.
Do you trust the Aesir?
But I've never seen any other take on Dracula like that.
I know I can't trust them. I just need them to trust me. But that's only gonna happen if they think I trust them. Yeah.
Saw something once where Cain was the first vampire, but not Judas. Yeah, it was Judas. I think what I'll do, I'll stop wherever I stopped on my other file, which is coming up after this. I'm gonna go back to Midgard.
Where are these things coming from?
Made a decent amount of progress on this game today, actually. Especially considering that I played Crisis Core first. I'm so glad I finished Crisis Core. I've been dying to beat that game. I legitimately, like, playing that game, I got the same feeling as Sekiro. Not as strongly, but I did get to a point where it's like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to beat this today. Like, I thought I got to that point where it's like, it was just going to be unbeatable that day. But, I'm glad it's over. Genuinely glad it's over. I'm thinking Dracula 3000? Wasn't that Dracula in space? I remember that movie. I never watched it, though.
Gerboda?
You know?
And the
for
silver
someone
was
who's
his
trained as a
weakness because the
warrior,
silver
you
coins he
are
got to
tragically
betray Jesus.
Jesus.
Yes, see,
I didn't.
it was a good movie.
What are you doing here?
Not as good as some of the other vampire movies,
A girl
but it
can't
was
visit a shrine of
original.
her own volition?
You're
Oh,
here
asshole.
for Sorcerer's
Oh.
Marvel.
Maybe.
You're out looking for more giant marbles? You know what this looks like, right?
Oh, it's New Year's Eve, officially.
Like the life story of one of our people? And also maybe a storage closet.
No. This looks an awful lot like Defying Destiny.
The question is, what are you doing here?
Rewriting my story.
Odin gave that to you?
It's not. Well, he did, but it's not. I'm not working with him. I would never tell him anything about Ironwood if that's what you're worried about. And I'm definitely not serving him.
Can't wait for Nicolas Cage Dracula. I forgot about that movie. That comes out.
I've got a marble to find.
We looked this up recently, right? Like around Halloween time, and we found out it was coming out like fairly soonish.
You're welcome to help if you want.
Let me see.
Fine.
What was it
Sure
called?
you're up for breaking the rules like this? There aren't any prophecies of you collecting any marbles.
Ah,
Our ending's
Dracula's
gotta be
minion. What's his
right.
name?
Come on. Shame.
Renfield.
Oh, hello there. A sentient sword. Huh. Another marble. Surtur's. No soul in it, though.
So he's still out there somewhere.
April
A while back,
14th.
You talked about
I want
how
to see
the
that
giants
movie.
live. You ever think about them?
All the time. They're far from here.
Face
Far
off
from
to
Odin
Dracula 4000.
And Thor.
I'm gonna actually next Thursday
Remember
of the
what
theater
lands
where
they
at
come to,
Vintage Theater where I went to go
what
see the
seas
original
they cross.
Dracula. I'm going Thursday to go see
find them.
Psycho. They're showing the
I'm gonna
original
save my
Psycho movie.
father and then-
Can't wait.
I'll find them. It's starting.
Norman Bates.
Who is that?
Not Surtur, that's for sure. Look at all that frost.
Sinmara.
Don't think I've heard of her before.
See, she said
And here comes Surtur.
Surtur's ball, but there was no soul
must
in
have been
it.
some fight.
Wasn't Surtur a fire demon? He wasn't a giant, was
Was
he?
They just
Again, I'm
saw?
thinking Marvel.
Oh, no. Look, it's because they fought together.
Looks like they even became friends. Good friends.
Are they?
Yeah, I think they are.
Oh, well, that's good for them.
This is
But it
so
looks
cool. I
like
love these
they're-
like moving pictures.
Love caused them to combine into some kind of huge creature.
Ragnarok.
And then,
Ragnarok destroys Asgard.
right, I saw that in Groa's shrine.
He's a fire giant.
Well, that was something. Oh, hey.
Like Loki was a
remember the
frost
snake we
giant,
put
so I
that
guess
soul
it's
in?
different because in
Can't
Marvel
really
they
forget
describe,
that.
like
I
Marvel
saw it.
Surtur, they describe him as a
It's
fire
getting
demon,
Bigger.
not a giant.
Like, faster than normal bigger.
Yeah, I had a feeling that would happen.
Huh. I'm gonna hang back here. Don't want your, friend to see a giant he missed.
Of course. Just be careful. Please.
You too, Loki.
The fire demon Surtur.
Hey, Ingrid. Think Thor died from...
You thought you could defeat the god of thunder?
Oh.
He was like, "Hey, you think Thor's dead?" Yeah, I'm getting hungry again.
Of course.
I admit, that was. There were mountains of corpses by the time I finished. Cut down like
Mountains of corpses.
lava ran red with their blood. True.
Great.
Seemed he had a good
Want
time.
help down here?
Wouldn't think you'd need my help if you beat all those trials. Or did you just watch your father do it?
How did he beat those trials so quickly?
Hey, what's taking so long?
Thor's dick. What's really weird, there isn't really any much mention of Loki pre-Christian conversion in the North. I have no idea. Loki. I've always liked Loki as a villain in Marvel, like in the comics. But you notice recently, I don't know, man. Like, there's this trend recently in like comic book media in general, like superheroes, to make these like villains like semi-good guys. Like they did it with the Harley Quinn. They very much have done it with Loki in the comics and in the MCU more recently too. It's like, again, like what happened to villains is being bad, man. Like I've noticed that trend lately of making villains that were classically just bad guys, turning them into like sympathetic, like anti-heroes almost, instead of just like straight up villain. Like Loki used to be like part of like the big super villain teams that would fight the Avengers and shit, you know? Now half the time he's running around with Thor like on adventures. Don't be wrong, the Loki show was awesome, but it's a trend I've been noticing more and more lately. Go away. Last one. There we go. Nope, nope. Yeah, one swipe of that and I'm dead. Oh! My God. He's got it out for me. Yes, they have removed the Disney evil from villain. It's not even just Disney either, though. Like I mentioned before, like Harley Quinn also is another example. Like, she used to be a straight up bad guy, and like, yeah, she's mostly she's a borderline hero at this point in the comics.
Well enough. I was trusting you.
Or at least was when I was reading them.
So,
like post New 52.
Let me check. Looks like we need to head through that gate. Thor?
I would like to see this Loki smashed by the Hulk. Damn, he's a little boy.
Damn right.
And so am I.
Well, teenager.
It's here. This is the spot.
Well, where is it? In the lava?
I don't know. No! Ah! Damn it!
Some advice. Sticking your hand in lava is never gonna feel good.
I think Harley is part of the Bat family now. Yes, practically.
It's better that way.
Even in Gotham Knights, they played with that idea because she was working undercover with Batman. Then she turned into Bat. Then she became a villain again.
You're an okay kid. You're still a giant, and I'll revel in killing you too.
What did you do? Loki. The rift got brighter. Look, you did it.
Look, one of these phrases is complete now. We can read it all.
But you can't translate it.
Not yet.
See, I got a little theory. I think if we can find the rest of this, we can use it to look into that without, you know, losing an eye or worse. Look at this.
Guess he lost an eye because he looked into that.
Don't we? Don't we?
Shoved his face in there.
Damn team.
Just like you and Baldur.
You both behave out there?
Thor was really great. I learned a lot from him.
You learned something from him? Really now? Okay. What did you teach the kid?
Nothing. What could I possibly teach him?
Exactly.
What is it a dick to some people?
I was wondering where that went. Actually, I had a pretty good idea. Change of heart.
I'm not really sure why I came to Asgard. But I realize now it wasn't to be a spy. I need you to know you can trust me. And if I'm gonna help you, take this to the end. I need to be able
With
to
that
trust
hat,
you.
he looks some kind of like historical
Trust
version
the
of Santa
giant.
Claus or
I get
something.
it. Take this, figure out the rest of it. If you're staying, that is.
You're gonna tell me what you're really looking for in there.
Translate that, and I'll tell you everything. And on that, young man, you can trust me.
I wonder what the hell Athena's doing. Like, I'm still like dying to know what the hell, like,
You always this hard on Thor?
what was up with her after God of War
mad at him or
3.
Ooh, getting nosy. Getting personal.
Because she seems so, like, devious at the end of God of War 3 when she was just, like, this disembodied, like,
Well, to be
I don't know
honest,
what she became.
It's the only language she understands. I'm serious. Go ahead and try being nice to him. See where that gets you. Greg, come along, Hugin.
Come along, Hugin. Aphrodite's still alive in God of War 3. Is she, though? Because, like, they never... After we destroyed everything collapsed. Like, where was she during all that? Look at that.
Huh.
Young Odin.
Is this old, or does he make them paint him young?
They make him look more majestic than he actually is. It's been 1,000 years. She could be up to anything. Yeah, well, and also in the last God of War game, like, she pops up. I don't think that was a hallucination of Kratos either. I think that was her appearing.
Are you trying to make friends now?
You're a dick.
Well, I just aided the Alpha.
Didn't do much to dissuade him. He seems...
I'm going to my room.
Hey, you're back.
How was it? Did Father behave himself?
Yeah, I mean, better than I would have expected, I guess.
Is that the sword from Grandfather's study?
Oh yeah, her name's Ingrid. I'm sorry. Can we talk tomorrow?
Kratos did penetrate her over and over, yeah. Isn't that his cousin? Didn't we establish this, that they're like half cousins or something?
This has been a weird day. Exactly.
What was the time jump between the end of God of War 3 and God of War 20? I don't know. I think they did say somewhere like 1,000 years or something. I don't know where I read that. And I don't think the games themselves specified. Let's Google it. Forgot Kratos killed Zeus's wife because she was annoying. Well, you also gotta, if you want to consider God of War Betrayal, that shitty mobile game, she also had a preconceived hatred of Kratos because he killed her favorite pet in a plot that Hades put together. All right. Yeah, what... Three years have passed. Okay, there's 3 years between Ragnarok and this one, but that... How old is Kratos in God of War Ragnarok? This mean if the game is based on real world... This is just some form of fans talking, though, but this is what this says. This means if the game is based on real world events to any extent, plus 3 years between God of War and Ragnarok, there are 1,002 years between God of War 3 and 4. Some fan forum says that. I don't know.
Renards. You found them once. Could you do so again?
Missed some dialogue between Sif and Thor before entering it. Oh, yeah, I heard on my other file. They're basically talking about what they want for their daughter.
I would know what they know.
You may not find them cooperative.
As long as I find them. Where do we search?
Kratos has a habit of finding
But if Atreus
fates.
is in Asgard. There's no getting him back without an army.
Getting them to
We
change
should be
things.
raising one.
Yes, nothing like a catastrophic war to improve the situation. The boy seems quite capable. Perhaps if you simply give him some time.
You are not free of blame here. You encouraged his foolishness, his confusion. has stolen my son, do not doubt the lengths I will go to.
Your nature has always been clear, Kratos. But you, Freya. War is a first resort. That's not the Freya I knew. I hope
Freya's the
Norns
ultimate
can give you the
savage, yeah.
counsel you need.
Yeah, this is where I stopped, right when we get to Midgard.
Tyr, stop. This is no time to divide ourselves further. Come.
He has to find the fates of these lands. Give them a whooping. Or something.
You have been quiet.
Frankly, I'm surprised you of all people would seek out fate. But your instincts haven't let us down so far. Let's find the Norns.
Who am I to offer him counsel? I only hoped to help the boy find his answers. And I failed.
I'm being a Commander Shepard. I'm
That's my
butting into the
role in all this
conversation.
Tyr, you're at the center of this. You always have been.
What are you talking about?
That's why Odin imprisoned you in the first place. He's terrified of you.
I doubt that very much.
It's
Nosy
the truth.
Kratos.
And not just because of prophecies. No one has ever united the realms as you once did.
That is not who I am anymore.
I know you feel that way now.
Hang on! I got something for you. Sindri!
Coming!
Before you
Oh, I
go
love this part.
traipsing off
This
into
part,
the
like,
dawn,
this is Kratos' version of thank you right here.
Well, don't go getting too cheery about it.
Literally just like a grunt, like, huh.
I've collected what we need.
Literally his version of thank you. I don't think he's ever said the word thank you.
Madam Neathog?
Madam Neathog, where have you gone? I suspect we may have consequences to look forward to.
Wait, why is Tyr spelled differently when they call him and when it says his name and subtitle? Was it? I didn't notice. I have no idea. Upper Wildwoods. Yeah, we'll save here and stop here. I think this will be a good stop point once we pop up in Midgard.
If Odin invited him,
Yeah, we both my files matched up coincidentally.
That is not the only explanation.
Pretty good progress, like I said, considering the first half of tonight was spent fighting one boss in Crisis Core. Oh, I'm so glad that game's over.
But we may also use it to find them. Just remember, they really don't want to be found.
Well, at least things will be difficult for a change.
Just realized no one in this game has told Brock and Sindri thanks if they've done a lot for Kratos. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have gotten anywhere, man. They built all our armor and everything.
Sled and head to the lake.
All right. Yeah, we'll drop a save here and continue next time. So, okay. Manual save too. There we go. See? About the same amount of time. Look, 21:58, 22:45. Yeah, so that was the final streams of 2022. As a reminder, we're going to start alternating weeks with these games from now on. As an experiment, see how it goes. If people like it, we'll keep doing it. If people hate it, we won't. But I think you guys will like the variety coming up. So as far as the super chats and everything, I'll add tonight. But thank you everyone that super chat and donated to the channel. You've all been extremely generous tonight. I'll get everything added in and get the little leaderboard updated, and I'll do some shout outs first thing on Monday when I stream. And then we start a whole new month and a whole new year in January. Monday next year, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be streaming. We're going to go retro. Well, Game Boy Advance, that's retro, right? I would say so. We're going to do Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku, stream number 1. Very, very good game. And then next Friday, actually, here. I'm picking up my notebook at my feet. And Fox, thank you for the $10. Happy New Year to you, too. Hopefully everyone has a good, safe, and fun New Year's. I will be home drinking and having fireworks. And probably ordering pizza. So Monday,
What are you buying?
Legacy of Goku, stream number 1. Friday, Zone of the Enders. the first game. We're going to do the HD collection one running on the Series X. And then the following Monday, we'll start Shantae. And then that Friday, we'll continue Ragnarok. And then, yeah, we'll alternate weeks. So, I got everything planned up to like February and March. So, we're gonna keep working through games. I haven't forgotten all the games I wanted to stream through October, too. I'm sprinkling those in there also. So, a lot of fun stuff coming up. But, yes, thank you, everyone, for hanging out today. How do I donate and not give YouTube his cut? So if you would like to donate to the channel and not do the YouTube cut, in the description, did I put it there? Hold on, let me check. I think I did. Yeah, if you'd like to, in the description, I have a tips link. I'm just double checking to see if I put it there. I forget all the time, to be honest. But that basically, what that does, that goes directly through Streamlabs donations. And that basically, yeah, by doing that, yeah, it's, did I put it on there? Yeah, in the description of the stream itself, it's the very first line. There's a link there, and if you choose to do that, it doesn't do the, you know, YouTube obviously takes their cut, and that's not going through YouTube, so that just goes direct through Streamlabs. Did YouTube take $9 at? No, YouTube does not. YouTube, I think it's 30% now that they take, which is better than Twitch. I think with Twitch, if I'm not mistaken, I think with Twitch they take half of everything. I think it's 50%. That one says $10 max. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't think there's a max. Maybe it's like a regional thing. I have no clue. But that I know of, there shouldn't be any kind of maximum. But yeah, YouTube, I think they do 30%. But it's funny because I mentioned before about this too. And I learned about this because I saw a YouTube video on it and I Googled it and it's true. If someone donates anything to any kind of anything, it doesn't even have to be a YouTube streamer. If you send money to anyone through a app, like, let's use YouTube as an example. Let's say you send someone like, I don't know, $100, right? YouTube takes their cut, but if you send it on an iOS platform like an iPhone, there's a Apple tax. I don't think that's what they officially call it, but there's an actual Apple tax on the Apple Store, so they also get a cut. So it's like you send someone money through the YouTube app through an iPhone, there's 30% YouTube, 30% Apple, and then the rest goes to the person. It's thievery from Apple's part, man, because Android doesn't do that. And there was apparently a lot of drama between the Epic Game Store and Apple Store. Like, there was some kind of lawsuit because they didn't want to have to pay that to be on the platform. So that's crazy, man. That's that Apple tax. If it's the one I checked, there are 4 options and $10 is the max you can give. You know what? Let me actually click the link. I really don't know. I want to stream in a moment here, but I just want to see whatever you're looking at there. But yeah, Legacy of Goku's gonna be a fun stream. For those that don't know what it is, imagine like a Zelda style game, but Dragon Ball and RPG mechanics. Like, the first one's a good game. I must admit the second game is the way better one, though. If I remember correctly, I think I cannot click on stuff with my left hand. I'm right-handed, and I got everything on the left side, ironically enough. If I remember correctly, I think with the Legacy of Goku, with the first one, you just play as Goku the whole time. And it goes all the way up to the Frieza Saga. But in the second game, he plays a lot more people. And then they have Boo's Fury also, which plays more people. Alright, let me go to that link real quick. Why is it... Hold on, why... What is this doing? Yeah, no, Nataku, are you still here? Oh, yeah, I do see $10. No, because look, even, I know Matthias, he donated $35 before, for example. I really have to, I'm just... Let me try something. Oh, I know what you're talking about. So check this out. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. You can click 1, 5, you're seeing the $10 max. You can click that if you want to, or you can type whatever you want in the box. So you see on the left, for example, where it says 1, 3, 5, and 10, you could click right next to where it says USD, or I don't know if it says USD for you or whatever, but you could click right next to it and type manually whatever you want to do. So, like, for example, $10 is the max. That's just, it auto-fills it if you click that. Does that make sense? I don't know why they have that there. That is confusing, though. Yeah, because it says USD, and then you can click the number you want, or you can click in the box and manually type it. So, yeah, there's a manual type thing. I was going to tell you guys something else, too, and I'm trying to remember what it was about next week. Oh, someone asked me about the Metroid timeline again. Someone that did not watch my end of the year video. If you want to know what's going on with all that content, make sure you watch my end of the year video. I mean, it's the last video on the channel. It's called Rebooting the Channel, GamerThumbTV 2.0, where I talk about everything coming up. Metroid, I don't know what order. I'm purposely not saying what order the content's going to come in January. I just don't know. Now I'm going with the mentality of, like, whatever I feel like doing, that's what I'll do, because that's how I'm going to work the best. And the reason I didn't finish up the last chapter of the Metroid video when I originally said I was going to do it is because when I was doing it, and I talk about this in the video too, but when I was doing it, I didn't feel like doing it. I actually want to talk about something Street Fighter related. So I was like, you know what, let me just take a step back and refocus for next year and just get organized. So that's why I'm just going to kind of go week by week. And whatever I want to work on, I'll work on. I'll say this. I think what the first thing I'll do, probably, because it won't take me that long, will probably be the Mortal Kombat Shiva video. And then after that, probably the Spider-Man video. The Spider-Man PS1/Dreamcast game. And then I'll probably jump back into the Metroid one. Because that one, I have the script, like, almost done. It's just a matter of putting it together and then editing. But, yeah. But we'll cut it there. The euros was worth the same pretty much. No worries, Allgate. Yeah, so whenever you'd like. And that link, I mean, if you guys want to use that link, you just literally copy and paste it whenever, wherever, and either way, it'll get where, you know, where it needs to go. But yeah, we'll cut it there. I'm hungry. I want to go eat. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Again, thank you for all the support today, and I will see you guys Monday for some Dragon Ball goodness. Everyone has a safe New Year and enjoy yourselves. I will see you Monday.